All right, guys, we are back in the building.
Morning, everybody.
That is right. We're back in the building, guys. It is Tuesday. Oh, man. Tuesday, June 2nd. Let's see who we have. Who was the first commenters on the stream chat? So, Optimize Your Odyssey, good morning. We are back in the building. That is right. Robert Hammers, good morning. Mr. Fire Quad, what up?
Javier Rome, good morning.
Oh, man.
That's good.
That's crazy. So, yeah, chat. I mean, it's day two. It is day two. Who is this guy? This is Javier. Day two of the mentorship. Make no mistake about it.
What up? Day two of the mentorship. Excited here with D Money. The one and only. GOAT. Did Javier pay for lunch yesterday? Nope. D Money was supposed to pay, but he didn't.
Chat, we didn't even acknowledge that because we weren't going to pay for anything. So make no mistake about it. D Money did not. I heard what he said, but we're not going to acknowledge the foolery here. Oh man.
Hey man, I don't want to see a poll with me in it. Then I don't agree to any polls today.
All right, so what do we have here, guys, on the chart? So basically what we're looking at right now, we do have some of these settings are old, so I got to take some of this off. Give me a second here. You got price sitting at 30,531, chat. Right, 30,531. So the reality is, we know that there's been a lot of news coming out with Trump. You know, with, I guess yesterday he came out and said that he honestly doesn't care if there's
well,
if there's going to be a deal with Iran or not, apparently. So could impact the market. So we'll have to see how this works. But we got the daily level here sitting at 30,693. So I am going to map that out, guys. Basically daily candle high and low. All right, so you got 693 even. And you got the low sitting at 30,291.50, chat. So all right, so that's your daily candle high and low. Mapped out here, right? So just for context, now we're back inside of the daily range from yesterday, guys. So unfortunately, that could lead to some consolidation, right? A lot of times when you see that, could be some consolidation kind of happening. So we will find out. Make no mistake about it. So 4-hour chart, yeah, I see that. So what are your thoughts on the 4-hour candle? Yeah, the 4-hour right now, I mean, we're grinding, guys, to the upside. I mean, it's pretty clear, right? You got some resistance down here, turn support. Right, you got some support down here. Broke out of the resistance to the upside. Retracement, push up, retracement, push up, retracement, push up, retracement. So now the question is, are we going to get more of a push up here back towards 693? That's the question. Uh, 20 points and I'm out. Yeah. All right. So where do you get the earnings release from? Yeah, I typically use Earnings Whispers, chat. That's a website I've been using for years, to be honest. So Earnings Whispers is basically, I used to trade stock options back in the day, and that was the go-to, I guess, website for me. So earningswhispers.com, guys. All right, so Javier, day number 2, man.
Yes, sir.
For you, sir. So as we get ready for market open, just kind of starting out here on day number 2, what things are you looking to cover today? So I got a couple things on the agenda, obviously, that we'll talk through here. Just kind of pulling up my notes, chat.
Yeah, I also wrote down a couple questions I'll be asking you throughout the day. So
we got uptrend, downtrend, kind of market structure, identifying the differences between sessions I have on here, chat, and a couple other things, right? So what things did you want to cover?
See, I had some questions here.
Going into day 2.
So I wrote down a couple questions. I guess we could start with, so what skills should a new trader focus on first?
So we'll get into that as the market kind of opens. But I think just off the top of my brain, man, it's more about, I think, to be honest, not focusing on the money and trying to learn your strat first, right? I think that's a super important thing. Trying to learn your strat, man. Because if you don't know the strat, I mean, you're gonna be, it's gonna be a little rough for you.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of new people fall into like the things we were doing. That's like we try so many different things. We try something, don't stick with it, and then try to change it up, and then just continue down that rabbit hole. And I don't think that's so effective. I think maybe you should just stick with one thing for a while and see how it goes. Because what works now and it doesn't work a month later, and you switch it up, then it can work later. So I agree when you said that when in the beginning you said you were trying a bunch of different stuff. I was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
A bunch of crazy indicators. I think you told me too that you had a bunch of indicators at one point in your chart.
Oh man, you couldn't even see.
Yeah.
Bro, you couldn't even see my charts. So I mean that's it definitely takes I think some humbling, man, to realize that it's actually you don't need a ton of things on your chart. It's going to be realistically more about being consistent and sticking to one thing here.
I agree. 100%.
All right, guys. So we have a situation here where we're kind of stuck inside of the daily range. If you map it out, about 400 points roughly, right? So the question is, how is the market going to react to what Trump said, guys, at open? That's the question, right? Because the reality is that we've seen this multiple times where Trump has not, he'll say one thing and then all of a sudden, chat, we are just kind of sitting there, waiting for the market to kind of reply. We'll get pops, we'll get drops, etc. Right? So it's been a mixed bag with Trump in regards to this whole thing, guys. So it's going to be a little interesting to actually, see how this market opens up today. What did he say? He said he don't care. He referenced Lebanon, wanted to know info about Lebanon. So he said that the talks are getting boring. So that is very, very interesting, chat, right? To say the least. I mean, very interesting.
I have a question for the chat. Obviously, assuming you guys are honest, how long did it take you guys to become profitable? For my profitable traders out there, using the honor system here, though, somebody's gonna say a week.
Yeah.
We got 5 years, 1 year, still not 1 year, 6 months. Wow. 6 months, 4 years, 5 years. Nice, guys. Nice.
I mean, there's a lot of, we can kind of see here a lot of people. I mean, it's a mixed bag, guys, right? It is a mixed bag. So we'll have to kind of see. I'm interested to see how it plays out today, because we know that at the end of the day, this thing is, you guys saw yesterday, guys. Let me say that, right? Let me get the cat out of the bag. So I did not have the best trading day yesterday in regards to the obviously Tradeify account. So that tournament's over. I'm out of the tournament. So I mean, it is what it is, right? So I was able to pick up $6,200. Can't wait for the next tournament. So shout out to Cam. He got it done, got the 5K. So congrats to him on that. You're not always going to have your best day, chat, but the reality is you're not in competition with anybody else realistically in the journey, in the trading journey, right? So I'll say that in the trading journey, you're not battling anybody except for yourself, guys, right? In the competition, obviously, right, it's a competition. So that's a little different, but in regards to your trading journey on a day-to-day basis, you're battling yourself, guys. And that can be risk management, trade sizing, whatever it is, right? Having the discipline to close out trades if it's not working out, whatever it is, right? So, it's a journey. You got to make sure that you are kind of realistic with that and staying true to yourself and accountable.
100% agree.
That's just what it is, guys, right? So the tournament's all fun and games. It's a cool competition. I gave a shout out to Brett Simba and Tradeify for, I think, a really good well put together tournament. So we'll see what happens in the next one. So, but I did not get it done, and we'll see what happens today. So we're going to drop a poll in the chat to see how you guys are feeling out there. In regards to market open, so we're going to give you 3 options, chat. Pump, dump, or chop because we don't know how this thing is going to open up realistically, right? So I dropped 3 options in the chat. Do me a solid, get the poll rolling. Let's see how this thing is going to play out. If you haven't already, guys, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know the vibes. We got over 2,000 plus people tuned into the show. We're going to ramp up here in the next 20 minutes or so. So if you haven't already, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know the vibes. I'm gonna give you a solo. You got a solo shot there, man. You got your
solo shot.
Got your solo shot.
What's up,
Say
chat?
what up to the chat.
Somebody asked if I worked a 9 to 5. No, I'm not currently working a 9 to 5 right now.
So talk through that a little bit, man, really quick. We talked about it yesterday, but you were at Mercedes, you went to BMW, and
I was at BMW and went to Mercedes for a little bit.
Okay, so
yeah.
You went. Okay, so
yeah.
Vice versa. So okay.
Yeah.
So does that add any pressure, like mentally? What does that do to you, mentally, as far as trading? Like, are you, you know, if you take a loss as an example, so are you? Because that's very hard, man. Like, I'm just being honest.
100%,
like, if,
100%.
You know,
100%.
and it sounds like you know. I know you talked to me about your family has a business and all that stuff. So, but how mentally, how does that weigh on you?
So mentally, it's very hard. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't recommend it. You know, I always tell people the best advice is don't become a full-time trader just off rip. Obviously the course I took, I don't think is the best. I don't recommend it. I saved up a bunch of money. I quit my 9 to 5 and you know, kind of just went full on trading. And yeah, man, mentally it's very hard. It really is very hard because you as a rookie trader, you put this time frame, just like you were talking about earlier, that it's like, okay, I'm gonna be profitable in 6 months or a year. You know, it's not like that for a lot of us. Mm-hmm. So it's setting those unexpected you know, realities that puts the pressure on the trader as far as me. So yeah, it's been I don't recommend it. If you have a job, you know, I think it's better while you know trade or whatever, kind of like you were doing, where you said you would trade and then you would, you know, go to your job if you had like a later shift at night or whatever. I think that's honestly the best thing you could do is if you have like a night job or something in the afternoon, and maybe you know, get some market experience in the morning, you know, kind of get the ball rolling. Because just completely trying to no income, if you have no income coming in and you're just living off savings, which I've been doing, it's difficult. It really is difficult. It puts you in a situation where, you know, the pressure. And I think as a trader, if you have more money, the better you're going to trade.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure, I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend people, if they have a job, stick with it until, you know, maybe you could lock in some payouts, see some results in the trading game, and then you know, that would be up to your decision if you want to just go full on trading. But yeah, man, that's what I recommend. I think that's the move.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it takes a lot of mental capital, man. I think I would be it's a learning, man.
Yeah.
Going all in, guys. Now, if you got a lot of savings, maybe your financial situation, right? You got a lot of money saved up and you got a cushion and you're able to do that. But you're gonna make no mistake about it. You're gonna have ups and downs. Doesn't matter if you're full time, part time, you know, whatever the case may be. So you got to be able to account for that, right? Because you're gonna have losses, guys. You're gonna have. I mean, it's like that's just part of the game, chat.
Yeah.
So, you know, you going head first into it is not gonna necessarily speed up that learning curve, because you got to add the pressure factor in of not having a traditional job for a lot of people.
I think it slow it down, actually. Like, you know, you're saying it's not going to speed it up. I think it actually could slow it down.
Yeah.
Because again, that pressure, that stress that you're like, I gotta perform. Like, I don't know about you, but I feel like trading is when you feel like you could just flow and you don't got to worry about so much, you know, put so much pressure on the losses. Because I think when I asked in the chat, I did read somebody, their answer was to become the best loser in this trading game. And I think that's such a high key, because again, you know, you could make a bunch of profit in a week and then lose it in one day, just because, you know, you got tilted, you made a bad decision, you were not disciplined. So it's just that whole pressure aspect that it's like, yeah, I think honestly, like you said, I think it could slow it down. You know, instead of speeding it up, if you just try to go head first into trading. Trading is super hard, man. It's super hard.
Well said, man. I mean, it's so get your votes in here, guys. You got 577 votes so far. It looks like 44% for pump. We got dump 34%, chop 22. So, and if you haven't already, do us a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know the vibes, guys. You know the vibes.
Somebody asked how much you should start with. Oh, I mean, that's up to you, man. What do you think about
starting
that?
capital? Yeah, that's a personal thing, guys. The beauty now is that you got prop firms.
Yeah.
So I mean, I personally think that, maybe I'm biased, but I personally think that prop firms are the best way to start out, chat, because you're not putting your capital, you're not putting a ton of capital at risk. You're still putting capital on the line, right? Because you have to purchase the evaluation or straight to funded account. So, but in my opinion, that's the best route to go. So, because right now, as an example, you got Lucid, 2 accounts, 50% off using the code PW, chat, right? So you can get started with 2 accounts. You go with 50K flex accounts for like $70 each. And that gives you, if you're able to pass those, you're going to get $2,000 worth of drawdown per account. So if you do the math on that, that's $4,000, guys, for like $140, right? So versus putting money into a live account, and you know, if you put $140 into a live account, I mean, good luck, right? So just kind of put that in, keep that in perspective, chat. Keep that in perspective. So
especially with NQ.
All right, so let me check something here.
Why is Jerome in the thumbnail? Good question.
Well, we got to talk to marketing about that, guys, because that is not D-Money's doing. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out myself how Jerome got into the thumbnail. So still trying to figure that out. Nobody's taking accountability for that. So it's a whole bunch of finger pointing, chat. They're saying that this person did it. The other person saying that this person. I mean, it is just a whole bunch of back and forth. Long story short, D-Money gets the short end of the stick here, guys. That's what
Unreal, man.
Basically coming to here, in all honesty. So what do you do? Let me check something here, guys. Give me 1 second.
Daily candle looks crazy. Got a nice wick. Wow.
Yeah, 1 second here.
Shout out to the BDH and Lucid. I'm going to be trading some Lucid accounts today, guys.
Nice.
First time trading a different prop firm, so definitely excited.
All right, so let me see something real quick here. So you got Lucid accounts. You're trading 50K Lucid Flex, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, you got about a minute, guys, for the poll here, and I'm gonna finalize this thing. So
Somebody said, Javier, how has your trading been at the BDH? I feel like I don't trade the same when I have people around me. I don't know. I feel like it might be a little better because you have somebody to hold you accountable. Could be good, could be bad. Just whatever you put your perspective on. Javier, congratulations on the mentorship. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I honestly can't believe I'm here. I really can't. BDH is definitely an awesome place.
All right, we're gonna finalize the poll here, guys. You're gonna see it coming across your screen here. We're getting ready. We got less than 15 seconds for market open here, so kind of hanging out in between the yesterday's daily candle range in the middle. So 3 seconds here.
Let's see what we're doing here.
All right, market's open. Getting a rejection so far. I mean, off of 564, guys. Straight down. Wow. I mean, this is
downtown Julie Brown. .5 minutes.
All right, so wow. Straight down here. Trying to be patient. You got a quick sell-off. So the reality is, I mean, if you didn't short from 558, now you're trying to be patient here. You got 3 minutes, 15 seconds left on the current 5-minute candle. Yes, PW will be back at some point next week, guys. He has the race this week, so Baja 500. Last week was pre-run. This week is the actual race.
Shout out to PW.
Start kind of mapping out this ORB level. I think the high can be mapped out here, guys. 567.
Got some very heavy bearish momentum right now as market opens.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, we're losing the 200 EMA, guys. So, I mean, that looks bearish, right? So, I mean, definitely at this point, shorts are looking like they could be in play here. The only problem is your entry, right? If you didn't get in early, you're kind of chasing. So, but I do like shorts here, to be honest, chat, to the downside. I think 415 could be in play. 400 level, lower 400, I should say, could be in play here. About a minute left on the 5-minute ORB. Gonna let this thing set up here, guys. Try to get in on a retracement to the downside, basically. That's the thought process. This thing is gone, man. She gone.
She gone, man.
She gone. All right,
Going
low
without us.
467. All right, so you got the ORB high, 567.75. You got 14 seconds left on the current candle. You got the low put in so far, 467. And now we'll kind of see how this thing plays out. New candle pushes up, forms some kind of top wick.
Yeah.
All right. So you like this, chat, right? This is the question is, can we get a candle closure below that RB low? All right, right back inside of the range, right? So just being patient here, guys, right? See this a lot where you get the ORB kind of set up here. You got a pretty bearish momentum candle to the downside, and then all of a sudden you get a yoke right back up. So two minutes left, kind of hanging out right at the ORB. All right, looking like I like the bearish momentum here, guys, right? If we can hold it, let me see. This is the 50 EMA on the 1 hour chart, so that's an area of interest 30,439. So I'm kind of watching there. Yeah. All right, 10 seconds left, right at the ORB, guys, right? So this next 5-minute candle, I would love to kind of push up, form a top wick off 465, and then expand lower towards 400. So if we sell off, and we might get it now, targeting like 400 level. Look at this thing already, man. You
Yeah.
gotta be kidding me, bro. Oh, guys.
That sucks.
So I love, yeah. I want the wick off here, chat, but I think we take the short here. Man. Let me go back here. Give me 1 second, guys. It's not showing here.
Shout out if you're short, man. You're making money.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch this. Give me 1 second here, guys. The shorts here to the level that we talked about. The box almost got hit, so give me 1 second here. I don't know why this thing switched over on me. So I think the level here, 400 level, we just put in a low at 424. And this is the level, guys, right? The box. So we got down to 425 and then had to push right back up. So today's Apex 90% off, guys. Last day for Apex 90% off, believe it or not, chat. So that has flew by because I think you had a week. So if you waited to the last minute, you're running out of time here. You're able to scale to 20 accounts. We know that now you got a 5-pack deal. If you took that short, guys, on the breakout here, you got paid. Drop the W in the chat because we talked through that, right? We didn't quite get down to the box, but you had a break below 450 of about 27 points, and then you had a yoke right back up here. So now you got it. Now, unfortunately, you got to wait if you didn't catch the short because that bottom wick is not looking appetizing. So a lot of times, guys, when you see the top wick, it's basically, right, we're in a situation where, or that bottom wick, sorry, you're in a situation where you're going to get expansion back to the opposite direction. And that bottom wick right now in the current 5-minute candle is not looking good, right, for short. So I need a breakdown back below the RB to try to short it again to the downside. So let me see here. Review.
What a bounce back.
Yep, this is what I was saying, man. All right, so right now you got price pushing back up here, guys, pretty drastically, right? So selling pressure is pretty much kind of non-existent at the moment. You got bulls stepping in here with aggression to the upside. What a crazy bounce here.
Yeah.
Wow. Week long there, so let's see. I do like the... Let's see how this plays out, man. I do like the fact that the bulls were able to kind of hold this thing, right? If you're a bull, I mean, you're feeling pretty good about that. However, the reality is, right, you're kind of waiting now because we're right at the 14 EMA here, guys. So the 14 EMA, in my opinion, could be a make or break area, right, for the bulls, because the reality is, if this is a V-shaped recovery and this was just simply a yoke, you look at the 15-minute chart, you map out the 15-minute ORB. You got the low sitting at 497, 423, 423.75. You got your 15-minute ORB now mapped, and this kind of looks like a V-shaped recovery on the 5-minute chart, guys. Right back up. So got to be a little cautious here for shorts, I think.
Sheesh. Look at that 1 hour candle.
Man.
Oh my.
Oh man, you gotta love it here, guys. I mean, this is, yeah, shorts are not, right? I mean, if you, now the only thing here is that looking at the 15-minute chart, that bottom wick, we have not dug into it a lot. You got a very small bottom wick, so you are a little cautious here as we get closer to the top of this range. Is that going to be the pullback? But that bottom wick is very convincing. I mean, look at the 30-minute chart, man. Look at that bottom wick on the 30-minute chart. So definitely yoke some people trying to get short if you didn't close out early enough, and then obviously if you got long, kind of back inside of the 5-minute ORB, right? Kind of getting back above 468, then you got paid, to be honest, because you're in the middle of a V shape. Check this screen real quick, guys.
Man, who caught that long?
Nice. I mean, it's basically, guys, you know, now the reality is, right, we're getting close to 567. 567 is the level we got to look out for, right? So if 567 actually kind of holds here, then you might be looking for more upside, obviously above 600. So we will see. The 4-hour candle closes in 10 minutes. Yeah. So if you look at the 4-hour chart right now, that long bottom wick here, chat, 121 points plus, right? So that is not now somebody, and forgive me for this, but I forgot the user ID of the person who had the question, right? They were saying like, kind of like, what do you think about the 4-hour chart? The 4-hour chart has bullish structure here, guys. Right? Because you got all these higher highs, higher lows, and then expansion to the upside. So there is a lot of buying pressure on the 4-hour chart. And now obviously kind of stepping in. We're right below the 5-minute ORB high as well as the 15-minute, right? Because it's the same. So can we break the 15-minute opening range candles high, guys? 30,567. Can we break it? So that's what I'm waiting for, right? So 9:51, you got less than 10 minutes. Look at the 1 hour. I mean, guys, this is 4 hour as well, right? So let's check something here, just to double check. $10 o'clock, you got Jolt's job openings coming up here at 10 o'clock, chat. Not red folder. I believe it used to be, but it's not red folder anymore. So that's very interesting. So, but that is coming up here at 10 o'clock. Now, depending on that news, it could have an impact, obviously, on the market because that's job report related. And a lot of times the market tends to act irrationally or drastically based off of that. So,
yeah.
We'll see. There it is. All right, so there's a push above the ORB high. I think 600 level here, guys. Could be in play here to the upside. I would love a candle to close though above that ORB, right? I need a candle to close above the ORB and then targeting 600 or higher. We know that a lot of times you pop through that ORB and then you get a pullback, right? So if we're able to stay above the 5-minute ORB, we'll be looking to basically join the party for longs, guys, right? Get a 5-minute candle closure.
Also tapped Asia's highs right there. That's pretty reactionary.
$30,557. All right, so this is what I was a little worried about here, right? Bit of a pullback. All right, so let's see how this plays, guys. You got less than 4 minutes on this 1 hour candle, and you had an attempt. I mean, we popped above the ORB. We pulled right back inside of it. So now do we get the expansion? I like that bottom wick. Yeah. Kind of forming on the 5 minute candle, but we know that this is the 1 hour candles kind of like closure time, and a lot of times, unfortunately, you get some yoke action, chat. Kind of going into that, right? So
I was actually going to ask you about that, D. What's your input on that? I mean, I know you always say that, like, I guess right now since it's 9:57, it gets closer to those, like, you know, you're going to have a fresh 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, like, do you ever have a rule where you shouldn't trade in those, like, as soon as those candles are about to open?
Yeah, I mean, I try to wait for at least a 5 minute. Let the 5 minutes, let the 5 minute candle, first 5 minute candle, the 1 hour chart typically kind of open up, and then try to get into it, because a lot of times it's going to form that wick, and you don't know what direction, right, they're going to push, meaning that it might be a bottom wick, it might be a top wick, and then you kind of get the continuation. So that's what I'm going to kind of try to wait for here to see if, I mean, look at, it's gone. You got to love it here, guys. I think we're headed higher. I'll say that, right? It looks like we're headed higher. We just had another attempt at the top of the ORB, but you know, the reality here is going to be that you know, this might be one of the days, I hate to say it, guys, I might just have to jump in here for a long. I mean, because off 567 and let it ride, because I feel like you know, 4 hour chart is bullish here, chat. So you know, that's your thought process here, and could be one of those days where if you don't get in, you could be missing out here to the upside. And I think 600 plus is headed here pretty quickly. So we had a drop, then we had a pop. And more upside again, right? So
we popping more than we dropping.
Yeah. $30 seconds left. Nice bottom wick. Yeah, longs are looking promising here, guys. For a standard, basically ORB break to the upside.
I feel like this is where people FOMO in. What do you think?
Yeah, this is where. So now, but I mean, look at what's happening here. So, I mean, she gone.
There's news.
Yeah, this is a news candle, guys. Keep that in mind. You got 10 o'clock news candle. Not red folder, but it used to be red folder. This is Jolt's job openings. So if it's positive, that could also kind of impact us to go higher, I think. Yeah, I mean, this is longs are looking like the move here, guys. Stop loss is back below. Now the problem here is that you got to have a deeper stop because of what's happening. Because if they retrace back below the ORB, you probably don't want to be long anymore. But I mean, you got that bottom wick, so you can play it one or two ways. Either wait for a retracement into the ORB and then try to get long to ride this thing up. What are you looking at, Javier?
I'm trying to see if we get if we create that wick like you always look for, and from continue to move upwards. We're also at that you know, one of my strategies is that I look for the overnight highs, which is the Asia highs, which right now we're right there. So we you know, we already passed overnight highs and we pulled that back, you know. So if we could continue to the high side, we got room up there. I would like us to move up right now for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's
But we'll see.
we need to hold 567. Because I think if we can hold 567, then right, you definitely don't want to see us back below the RB at this point. So
Yeah, no, for sure.
we kind of get back inside there. I mean, the problem is there's a long bottom wick here, guys, off 534, so there is a lot of room for a deeper retracement. So you got to be mindful of that before kind of going higher. Hence that bottom wick.
I like that.
All right, so there was a retracement that we talked about, guys, 570. If you took the long right off the ORB, you got paid. You're up about 30 points. And we're looking now for possibility of more expansion here towards $650 area. Not a strong 5-minute candle closure there, though, however, guys. That's a doji. So we need this bottom wick. A lot of times price will dig into this kind of like bottom wick here, and then it span up out of it. The question is, how deep will they dig, right, before pushing up here to the upside, guys, getting back above 617. So thought process is longs are still in play here as long as we hold the previous candle's low. We expand out of this up towards 650. If we get above 650, we're targeting the top of the range from yesterday, 30,693. There it is, right?
Yeah.
There's the pop. So that's exactly what you wanted, guys. Pop above the ORB high, or sorry, respecting the ORB, and then a pop above the previous candle's high towards this box, right? So this is the box that you're looking at to possibly get hit. That's that 650 area. Nice psychological number, guys. 50, you talk about the quarter theory. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. Price moves in quarters, right? If you're a quarter theory person out there. So 25, 50, 75, and then the even number. So you had a retracement to 595 and then a push up.
I was able to take a long there. That was nice.
If you took the long there, guys, drop a W in the chat. You got paid. So drop a W in the chat because you got paid. That's right. Basically, the reality is now it's a little difficult, guys. The count's up $1,000. We'll flip to that in a second. $1,033, right? But the reality is that the higher we go, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to kind of map this out, right? Based off your entry. So as we climb higher, chat, typically what happens is that you get one of those scenarios where, you know, your stop might have to be below a previous candle's low, right, on the way up, because you might not get those deeper retracements. So
and those would be like pretty.
Somebody said
stops,
follow
right?
through's trash. Yeah, you gotta be a little strategic here, guys. That's what it is. I mean, I understand, right? But you gotta be a little strategic here. So, and what I mean by that is it just simply understanding that, you know, could be an issue with the actual price movement, right? Those long wicks are not easy, guys, and that's basically what it is, right? The long wicks are not easy.
Yeah.
So you got to try to, I guess, maneuver as best as you can off of the wicks, understanding that the retracements are going to happen. Could be a level of entry, and then you try to go from there. I mean, that's it. So in this example, thought process, low was put in at 570, nice bottom wick. Current candle would push down, dig into that bottom wick, and then push up for more upside. I think 650, you know, that would be like the initial, that's where this box is, guys, right? The top of the box is like right around like 650 area. So that's your initial kind of area. If you look at a 30-minute chart, guys, that bottom wick kind of tells a story as well, right? So you're looking at the bottom wick and you're like, man, you know, previous candle was actually, believe it or not, the 930 open turned into a bullish engulfing candle on the 30-minute chart. So that is a lot of, right, that's kind of telling you had some consolidation kind of going into the open, chat. right? A lot of consolidation going into the open, and then you had the explosion up. So nothing right now saying to get short. I think we make an honest attempt to get up here to maybe even 693, right? If they're going to continue to the upside, you got to map out your levels, and you'll see them here. That matches with that daily candle level.
That 15-minute ORB retracement was perfect. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah. So 15-minute ORB, basically retracement there, and then you got the continuation to the upside. The 5-minute chart right now, like I said, you're getting higher. You're getting higher lows and higher highs at the moment. So until that stops, you're not looking for shorts, in my opinion, right? You will, if you're a bear, you probably more than likely want to see some lower highs get put in and lower lows. But until then, I mean, there's nothing really telling you to get short, right? If you're going off the higher time frame and you're a higher time frame trader, I mean, even if you look at the 4-hour chart right now, the 4-hour chart, guys, is clearly bullish. So got some room up here towards 650, I think, first, and then 693. So if you haven't already, guys, do us a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know the vibes. We're out here rocking out. So you got Warbucks. Instant light accounts, chat. Instant light accounts for Warbucks, $52. You're able to get started as well with equities. If you want to trade equities, guys, NVIDIA, Facebook, Google, etc., $36 will get you going with a $5,000 Warbucks equity account using the code PW. You know the vibes. So let me kind of put this here. I think that's first target level 640. So the box got hit, and I think 650 area, guys, and then like I said, 693. I think she gone. Yeah, cooked up 20 points on that higher low on that last 5-minute candle. Yeah. So the reality is, guys, so what's happening now, we talk about mentorship, and today it's about entries. We're kind of talking through some entries here, trying to get in on retracements, right? So I had to learn that. So if you're trying to get in, obviously I'm a momentum trader, and obviously you want to trade breakouts, but there's times in the market where the market is simply giving you basically entries based off of wicks, right? So you're trying to get in on the wicks.
That was actually something that I was going to ask you too, D, is
yeah.
So now that you said that, it's better to make a better entry off the wick instead of like, so like if the candle, let's say it's up like right now and it's making that wick, but the candle is red, it's better to make that entry like that than see the candle go back green and then entry.
Yeah, so so a lot of times, chat, like when you hear me talking about wick entries, you're actually getting in if the market's in an uptrend. You're getting in when the candle's red on the 5-minute chart. So you're anticipating the bottom wick being put in if you start seeing market structure, right? Because that's on the topic today, is market structure. So if you see market structure kind of pointing towards your actual to the upside, you're trying to join that momentum, guys. That's just what it is, right? So you're trying to get in on the wicks, anticipating that that wick is going to turn green.
That's good to know. Oh.
Right? So this is an example here, right? So these are wick entries. These will be wick entries, guys, right? Yeah. You're anticipating that the wick is not going to take out the previous candle's low. So it's pushing down and it's forming that bottom wick only to expand higher, right? So your stop is typically right below the previous candle's low. You got a good risk reward as well, right? And you're riding that back up to the upside. This candle, chat, 647.25. So we talked about 650 level. Obviously it hit the box, and it looks like it got right through the top of the box. So if you took the W there, drop it in the chat because you got paid if you listen to the analysis, guys. Okay, so don't get in with green. There's a couple different ways so you got to know what the market's doing, chat. So as a momentum trader, you love breakouts and you want to enter on breakouts, right? But the reality is when the market is giving you price action like right here, guys, this price action is telling you that there's wick price action, right? Let me take this off. This is wick price action, chat. All these wicks, right? So that's not breakout price action. That's basically getting in on the bottom wick on the retracement and picturing it price pulling higher basically to the upside, right? If you look at the 15-minute chart, you see how you got that nice bottom wick and then you had expansion higher. So if we're going to continue higher now, you would expect the same thing on the current 15-minute candle, right? Price pushes down, forms some kind of bottom wick, and then expands out of this towards that top box that I have mapped out with a high of 693, chat. Somebody said, Alex said he became one with the wick. Oh man, Alex, this guy Alex. Oh man, you gotta love it. Yeah, but that's just a thought process, chat. So we got your weather report. If you thought I forgot, you're highly mistaken. So 1017. Ginger said, yay. So weather report for Fort Lauderdale, chat. It was a bit, overnight. I know last night on the way home, there was some showers for me. I don't know about anybody else, but we'll see how this, and I know it was a high chance of rain, but let me zero in here. So the high for today is 86, low. Current temp, I should say, is 86. The high today, guys, is 91. It's been a little muggy outside. I'm not going to lie, chat. Right. So low overnight was 77, which isn't too bad. Thunderstorms are expected around 6 p.m. today. Looks like cloudy weather between 1 o'clock and 8 o'clock. So you got sunset coming up at 8:09, and there's going to be rain in the forecast as early as 6 p.m. in the Fort Lauderdale area, chat. So unfortunately, that's not beach weather, right? So, it's not great news for anybody planning on maybe their first date today at the beach. Well, maybe today's not the best day. So, or you got to do it early. So that's your weather forecast brought to you by the BDH and D-Money. You got to love it. Kale Dogs, no golden showers. Yeah, we're going to give you a timeout for the violation there. I think that deserves a timeout. That is the first timeout of the day, chat. And I think is well deserved. So there you go. You got a 5-minute timeout for violating D-Money. At this early in the morning, guys, it's only 10:18, and you decided to talk about golden showers. So we will not be having that here. So unreal. We knew it was gonna happen, chat. We knew it was gonna happen. We knew that somebody was gonna feel free here. We got market pumping to the upside, and we got a level that got hit. And all of a sudden, people want to talk about showers and not the good ones. So it's crazy, man. Sleepy Moki, too graphic while I'm drinking my coffee. Exactly. D-Money, thank you. You make my trading analysis better. Hey, I appreciate the kind words. I definitely try, guys. I'm not perfect, but I definitely try. All right, so that's currently happening, what we talked through, Javier, right? So bottom wick being put in, right, guys? You're visualizing the bottom wick being put in on the 15-minute chart. Price kind of digs into the previous candle's body, maybe the bottom wick, and then we expand higher, right, to the upside. And if you look on the 15-minute chart, on the 5-minute chart, guys, we still have not kind of broken below these lows. So yeah, I mean, it's still, until we start putting in lower lows, guys, I think we are gonna grind here to the upside.
Yeah. I'm long from 618.
Javier's long, guys, from 618. Where's your stop and where's your TP?
I was looking for TP 647, and right now I have break even because it already ran up like 15 points on me, so I really don't want to take a loss. It might hit the break even, but that's fine.
So you got it at break even. You said yesterday that your break even is normally within 10 points. When you
Yeah,
get 10
like
points.
10, 15 points, I see
Yeah.
it. Like right now, it just hit break even.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
But
think
are
it's
you
worth-
covering fees? You're covering. Are you giving yourself a
Yeah,
few points to
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
cover
for sure.
fees?
Yeah, for sure.
Because
for
you
sure.
know you got to account for that, right? If
Yeah,
that's the
I
strategy.
learned from that. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, D, anybody tell you look like Gilbert Arenas' younger brother, D Money Arena? Oh man, no, that's the first. So try to anticipate in a way to get in on the bottom wick. Yeah, if the market is giving you that, guys, there's gonna be times where there's crazy momentum candles in the market, and there's no bottom wick. You see how the V-shaped recovery started down here? Right, and then you got the next candle that was a push. There was no very small bottom wick, right? I'm simply saying when you start seeing price wick off with bottom wicks and then we expand higher, could be an indication to go to right that we're going to continue, right? So that's what you're trying to anticipate it. And if you look at the 1 hour chart, you can kind of see how we broke out of the consolidation to the upside with that long bottom wick, guys. Tricked a lot of people trying to go short, right? 15-minute candle, you can kind of see how the momentum stepped in here. You had selling pressure, push up, and that long bottom wick. And we saw the 1 hour candle, previous 1 hour candle, and we saw the previous 4 hour candle here, guys. Right, with that long bottom wick. Basically respecting the 14 EMA as well, because the 14 EMA on the 4 hour chart sitting at 30,448. Then you had to push up.
Mar says, I'm scalping 7 to 10 points with 3 contracts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the guy with me? The guy with me is Javier. We'll give him a solo shot here if you want to see a better look. The guy with me is Javier. This is day 2 of the mentorship, guys. So he's rocking out here. So obviously got selected for the 5-day mentorship. We'll be rocking out this week. Make no mistake about it.
Getting mentored by Michael Jordan, guys.
Oh, man. D-Money Hibachi, what? LOL? Hibachi. Hibachi may sound good right now. It's a little early, but.
Everybody keeps asking, yes, guys, I'm Javier from the chat. Yes, I am. I've forgotten that question like 6 times.
The Clayton Clark of trading, D-Money. Oh, man. Here we go. There it is. I was waiting for somebody to hit him, chat. There it is. Somebody said, Javier, when are we going to take some long walks on the beach with some wine? And I'm pretty sure that's a male, not a female, sir. So
D-Money got tired of getting hit on, so he was waiting for me. That's funny.
That's crazy.
You are the Javier, the guy who wants to date Ginger.
Oh, man. Here we go. We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
We knew it was coming, chat. All right, so 30,575, guys. Current price kind of bouncing off of the 15-minute ORB. Question is, will it hold, right? Because a lot of times, so you will get reactions off of the ORB. Now, this is a heavy candle. I mean, you got 4 minutes and 25 seconds left. It was, right, we know that previous candle was bullish, and we were able to kind of play that retracement right, on that initial kind of retracement to the ORB. But this is now, this 15-minute candle is looking a little heavy, chat.
Yeah. I briefly asked you about that, D, because obviously you got to know when to change that bias, right? Like,
Yeah.
the market keeps pumping. It's not just going to keep pumping. It's going to make that retracement. So I think, is that like where you look for, you know, we're making lower lows now, and then it's smashing through the 14 EMA. Maybe try to get that nice closure below 14 EMA and get that nice pullback and then rejection again, right? Something like
so remember, chat, on the way up when we were grinding to the upside, it was saying that I wouldn't be looking for anything short related until we start putting in lower highs and lower lows, basically, right? So if you look now, we just put in a couple of lower lows on the 5-minute chart, and we're back below the ORB high of 30,567. So the reality is now is that, okay, this is either going to be some kind of higher low being put in based off of the 5-minute chart. Like if you look down here, you got 467 intact, right? Do we put in some kind of higher low here off the ORB, then we push back up? Or do we lose and stay below the 14 EMA, which currently is at 30,571? And we kind of build out some selling pressure to the downside, right? That's the question. The 30-minute candle is going to close out. And see, the hard part here, guys, we are fighting now that bottom wick on the previous 30-minute candle, right? That long bottom wick, chat, we are fighting that. We're up against that, right? If you're a bull, you're up against that, because now you're like, okay, well, are we going to dig in now? It's the same thing, guys, that we talked about on the bullish side. Now you're talking about it on the bearish side, right? Because this is a bearish candle on the 30-minute chart. So are we going to dig into this bottom wick of the previous 30-minute candle, right? We already put in a high above it, above the previous 30-minute candle. So the question now is, do we put in a bottom wick, right? Dig into the previous candle's bottom wick, meaning that there could be more short side coming. Now, the good news is we got 2 minutes and 6 seconds left on the current 30-minute candle, chat, and that this candle is going to close out. So we'll have to see how it plays. Definitely need more information. Just got to wait.
Pretty heavy retracement to the downside.
I'm in before chat gets mad, before D change bias. Yeah, I mean, you got to look at what's in front of you, guys. I mean, the 30-minute candle is not closing bullish, right? I mean, I can't help that. I mean, we talked about the box, this initial box here. It got hit, right? 30,647, right in the middle of the box. The high of the box was right at 655. We got the 647. So if we're pulling back, I mean, guys, I'm not a market maker, right? So the reality is that you got to trade what's in front of you and how price you're reacting. You got to try to be reacting to price, right? If they rejected the level because they don't want to go higher, they don't want to go higher, right? Or is it a higher low? I don't know yet. I think we got to wait for more information. That's all I'm saying, chat. So you can make money long and short. You just got to wait for more information. Hey, D, I'm only paying for Lucid once, no monthly subscription payment. That is correct, guys. So Lucid does not have a monthly subscription. It's a one-time, right? So right now you got two accounts with Lucid, 50% off using the code PW. After that, it goes to 30% off, guys, right? And you'll be able to take advantage. There's no monthly payment. So if you pass the funded account, that also applies, by the way, chat, to straight to funded accounts as well. So it's your choice. You can apply that to straight to funded accounts. You can get Lucid Pro accounts or Lucid Flex accounts for 2 accounts, 50% off using the code PW. After that, 30% off. No monthly fee. PW will be back at some point next week, guys. He's in Baja, literally racing this week. So what do I need in first round of Grand Cup D money? Grand Cup is over. So, well, it's, let me rephrase that, guys. It's over for me. So I got eliminated. D money got eliminated yesterday, chat. From the Grand Cup, but make no mistake about it. Was able to pull out at least $6,200 and can't wait for the next one. So my run in the cup is over, made it to round 4, and that's it. Is PW still in? No. PW is not in. not in it anymore as well. So D-Money's not a market maker. Oh, man. All right, so let's see how this candle, this is the new 30-minute candle chat that's opening up. We're right at the ORB, right? 30,567, getting a push back up. Somebody wanted to know if it's good to go long. I think we need to reclaim the 14 EMA, guys. Right? Can we reclaim the 14 EMA? So as long as we can reclaim the 14 EMA, I mean, I think, we could be back in business here. This was just a retracement to go higher, right? So need to stay above the 14. 30-minute candle right now, kind of pushing up right away. Very small bottom wick. Like I said, is this a higher low, guys? Right? Is this a higher low? And you don't know that until the candles open up in the next kind of like higher time frame kind of setup here, chat, right? You got the lows down here. Is this a higher low? Right? I need it to close above the 14, which is above basically 30,575, and then we get more expansion towards the box. Looks like a V shape on the 1 minute. Eli, yeah. All right, pretty strong, right? Pretty strong kind of statement from the bulls here, chat.
Yeah.
Got 2 minutes and 12 seconds left on the current candle, but I mean, they are definitely pushing here. Pretty aggressively. Minute 33 seconds. I mean, this thing looks like it wants to kind of can pump here, guys.
Pump it up.
Very strong reaction, right? There's the 600 level. So this box, we know we got up to 647. So are we going to re-challenge that basically kind of higher high that was put in? I mean, that's what it's looking like. About 25 seconds left. All right, so 14 EMA is at 575 here on the 5-minute chart. 30-minute candle looks bullish so far. Will we get some kind of push down now, maybe back towards 575 and then expansion higher to the upside? 595. All right, so let's see. So you're kind of watching like the battle going on here, guys, right? Right above this ORB. I like that bottom wick now that kind of got put in. Is that enough momentum to take us higher? One of our charts having a bit of a hard time as well with that long top and bottom wick. So that's an indecision candle. Nothing like that previous candle, right, chat? You see how large the kind of range is on that previous candle, and then this candle's had a lot of energy up to that like 650 area, and then we had a bit of a pullback. So definitely a battle. Kind of going on. So if we're able to hold, I think we do expand back inside of the box to the upside, back towards 650 area, right? That would obviously be the target area if they're able to kind of get this thing going. Could be, let's see, some trouble though, based off of that previous candle closure on the 30-minute chart, right? So like we don't know if we're going to get enough juice here, but if we hold a 14, I think on the 5-minute chart, if we're able to stay back above 578, I think we expand higher, guys, to the upside towards the box. Somebody said earlier that we had a V-shaped recovery on the 1-minute chart, but you know, you got to factor in, and that was probably looks really good, right, on the 1-minute chart, that kind of recovery, but you need to hold 580 area, in my opinion, for more upside here, or else we're going to be in trouble for longs, I think. So we'll have to see how this plays out here, guys. I think it's probably smart to be a little patient. You're in the new 30-minute candle, like I said earlier, right? That previous one had some bearish momentum in it, long top wick, and a nice bearish candle closure. But this current candle is trying to push. I mean, it is making an honest effort to go higher, but will it continue?
Yep, definitely looks like they want to go higher.
Five minutes, 30 seconds left on the current 15-minute candle. The market makers are tuning in. Oh, man. Pretty strong like rejection here, back down here, chat. Right to the 14, right? So this is a level that you're watching, because if you're a bull, right? If we're going to head higher, this would be like some kind of higher low, and then we don't get back below this level. But you're definitely watching also at the 14 EMA, because you want to see the price action, how it plays out at the 14. A lot of times you'll get kind of like a knee-jerk reaction back the opposite direction after you get a tap of that EMA, but will that remain, right?
feel like it's pretty tricky right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it might be a little bit of a battle here, man. A little bit of a battle, only because of that previous candle closure. 30-minute chart, 15-minute chart, right? A little bearish. So
D, what are your beliefs on just like days like this, for example, when price is just not really picking a side? Do you believe that you should just take the day off as the trader? Because obviously sometimes the better trade is no trade, right?
yeah.
Instead of trying to risk capital. How do you feel about that?
So, I mean, you got to make a decision. I mean, it's at some point you're going to get clarity, right? So like in this specific example, guys, it could honestly can go either way, right? Because the previous like 15-minute candle is super bearish. The 30-minute candle, previous candle is bearish, right? So was this just a retracement to basically kind of drop lower now, right? Like you got to have that in the back of your mind. We know we got those bottom wicks down there kind of sitting as an example, guys, right? So we'll show that real quick. So you got those bottom wicks sitting down here. Like, are they going to get tested, or are we just going to keep kind of grinding to the upside, right? So this is a little bit tougher. We are holding the ORB, right? At the moment, 30,567. We're holding that level. So there really should be no reason, you know, so that, I mean, that's working in the favor of the bulls.
Yeah.
You know, so there's nothing wrong, guys, if you're not certain on setups, like waiting for more clarity. That's the thing, right? Nobody's saying that you have to kind of force trades here, to be honest, right? You can wait for more clarity. You can wait. I mean, I think if we're able to pop that previous candle's high, get back above like 614 or 614, I think that's bullish, right? Because you know, this is not kind of like the high that was put in, and we're just going to fall back down to the downside, right? Because you got highs up here, lower high, and then we got rejection, right? I think if we're able to pop the highs, might be more upside, kind of stepping in. But if you're unsure, guys, there's nothing wrong with kind of waiting for more clarity here. So, and there's the pop. Bulls are trying to take us, guys, to the upside. Make no mistake about it. They're trying to get us up here to that 650 area.
Come on, bulls, take us to the moon.
There's the bottom wick off the 14. And that would be the target area, guys, right? The first box that we have mapped out will still be in play if they're able to kind of keep the momentum going to the upside here. So 650.
Nice.
Yep, there it is. So there's the pop. I think there's more in the tank though, because so this current 15-minute candle now, 23 seconds left, chat. Very small bottom wick, but it had enough momentum to had enough strength to stay above the ORB high, 567.75, and then you got the expansion up. So now the question, but we have not taken out that previous candle's high, right? So 638.5 needs to get taken out for kind of like the uptrend to truly commence, right? To be, I guess, back in full effect, because you want to start seeing previous candles highs get broken. So we see it on a 5-minute chart, right? We're kind of trending up, but we have not broken on the 15-minute yet, guys. And when you see that, that is where you need the higher time frames to start kind of cooperating and giving you that follow through as well, right? So because like if we're really going to push up, we know that we got to take out previous candles highs, and we should see that momentum kind of building on a 15-minute chart, not just a 5-minute chart. So that's where clarity kind of comes in. And you look at like the 30-minute chart right now, it's looking pretty good, right? Off of the 14 EMA, you had a bullish reaction. Off of the ORB high, bullish reaction. You got a wick that it might want to hit at 647. So we'll see. D not missing today, W. Yeah, I'm just kind of calling out what I see, guys, based off the market, right? Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to keep in mind, chat, you know, I mean, I got to be realistic. You're not going to get every trade right just because you're able to break it down, you know, and you kind of see what's going on. So this would be another example, chat, of what I was referring to when I said you might be better off getting in on Wix, right? Because you see that this is a perfect example, chat. Right, this is a perfect example. The current 5-minute candle, right? See, price is pushing down now. Maybe it's trying to form some kind of bottom wick, and then we expand up out of this thing back to the upside. So whenever you see those long bottom wicks, chat, on previous candles, you need to be cautious of those because a lot of times those get retested, aka a retracement, right? So you're always trying, because the problem is right now, if you got in on this current candle, chat, as a breakout, right, you got in above 625, right at 625, right, and technically that's an equal high. You got an equal high right now on the 5-minute chart, guys, at 625. So the reality is you would be like,
yeah,
man, I'm already down 20 points to drawdown.
Yep.
Right. So, but if you play it as you let the retracement happen and you're and look at what's happening right now, guys. It's literally happening right now. It's literally happening right now as we speak. The setup, right? Look at the bottom wick that was put in, chat, off of 600, right? And then you were up about 20 points, right? That gives you better risk reward versus trying to, you know, when there's a long wick, because you don't know if price. Now, are you going to miss some trades because it takes off without giving you a retracement? Absolutely, right? I think we got to be realistic on that. You are going to miss some setups, guys. Right, because you might miss that, you know, the wick might not happen. Whoever is unlucky to trade ES, use code PW. Wow.
Good one.
That's crazy. Yeah, so you can see it here, guys, right? So this is what I was saying, chat. The bottom wick being put in, and then you look for expansion, right? So your entry. Now, if you're a breakout trader, guys, a lot of times, right, you're looking for momentum candles. So these are full size candles that actually kind of signify that the market's moving in one direction, right? You had a nice, crazy kind of reaction after a bearish candle here, telling you that the bulls were stepping in with aggression. Then you had a deeper retracement that tells you that, okay, bulls are still here, and now you got equal highs. So we definitely need to pop these equal highs, chat. Right, you got to be a little cautious now. So that 30,625, why is that kind of holding up? You got to question yourself, right? So the equal highs a lot of times they can either be a signal of a reversal or the market kind of slowing down and getting into a consolidation phase. So that's why if you're a bull, you want us to break back above 625, guys. We need to take out 625, right? Until then, you know, I would be super cautious. Nvidia holding us down, yeah. Yeah, do me a solid, guys. If you haven't already, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know the vibes. Where are we sitting right now? With likes, chat. Haven't checked, so just hit 1,000 likes, guys. So we got some work to do there. Do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know the vibes. We're talking about market structure with wicks, higher highs and higher lows, guys. So that was on the agenda today for the mentorship topics, right? So we're kind of going through market structure, and you know, today happens to be kind of working out to kind of talk through this because of the wicks that are being printed. And I think a lot of times people have questions on that, because if I'm entering into a setup and they're like, oh, what do you mean like the wicks? Like what do you mean? What's the importance of the wicks? Well, the wicks are telling you that somebody stepped in and took price in either direction. And see, like right now, we have not broken the equal highs, chat.
tricky wicks. Yeah, this price action
look left.
tricky.
You have a lot of resistance that you have to break through before we go higher. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's always. I mean, you got to always look left, guys. I mean, that's not. You can look at the 1 hour chart, but to be honest, if you're like one of those traders that you're trading like true support and resistance, guys, the last time we were up here at like 670, we had a pullback, right? I mean, you got to be realistic. We got pretty close to that. Does it have to hit the top of the box up here at 693, that daily candle level? Absolutely not. It doesn't have to, right? We can pull back now. The market does what it wants, but it is kind of strange that we had a bunch of consolidation here, right? You see the consolidation, guys, that we pretty much had, and we broke out of it, and then now we're gonna reject back down. I don't know, right? I'm not quite sure on that, if that's gonna play out, right? Meaning that there could, just could be a little bit of stall action here before headed higher. So if you look at the daily chart is bullish, chat. And the reason why I'm saying that is look at that bottom wick on the daily candle, right? I mean, the current daily candle, guys. I mean, look at that wick. So it's hard to think that we are now. Could we drop? Could Trump come out and say something again about Iran, or Iran could come out and say something about the U.S. or Lebanon or whatever? Absolutely. So gotta wait and find out. But we're not crashing, guys. Right? We're not crashing as of yet. So if we're not crashing, we're either consolidating or we're slow grinding higher. When D-Money draws a box, it's respected 90% of the time. Yeah, I mean, it's a high percentage, guys, because as a momentum trader, you're just basically trading the momentum. So, and there it is, right? Like I said, guys, I would not be, I think this is just a slow grind higher. I mean, like, until otherwise, right? Until otherwise. And that means until lower highs, lower lows, we get back below the 14 and 50 EMA on the 5-minute chart. That's just what I'm seeing, chat. All right, so there's 30,630 area. Rejection right back down. I mean, you do like that bottom wick on the 15-minute candle, but is that enough to kind of hold us up here, right? Or are we going to get a rejection? So we popped the equal highs. Remember, chat, that was the level, right? 625. We just took out the equal highs. So is that going to equate in a bazooka candle to take us up here towards 650, chat? Because a lot of times that equal high break kind of signals that there's going to be a pop pretty drastically, guys, to the upside. We've seen that multiple times on stream, by the way, that we kind of get the momentum flowing and then all of a sudden you get a crazy pop. So will that be the case today? Or are we going to get a sell-off? If I decide to trade at night, the first thing I do is check the wicks on the candles. Thanks, D-Money, for making it easy to understand the direction the market is wanting to go. Yeah, to take. Yeah, I appreciate it, kind words. Just trying to kind of talk through this, guys, right? The whole part of the mentorship is to try to kind of talk through the thought process when taking some of these setups. And in detail, right? And I know if you guys have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat as well. So obviously I know Javier's dropped some questions here, but if you guys have questions that you've been kind of biting at the bit to talk through, guys, now's the chance to kind of bring it up as we're covering like these topics, right? Because we might miss something that you want to cover or you want to hear, and if that's the case, make sure that you drop it in the chat, and we'll definitely try to get it answered.
They're asking if I paid for the mentorship. No, so they dropped the link. They dropped the link where you just applied, and I was lucky enough to get chosen. I'm sure maybe you guys are gonna do this more often.
Yeah, I mean that's up to PW. So
yeah.
I mean we get obviously requests all the time.
Asians or Latinos.
They got you, man. I mean, they got you, bro.
Latinas, for sure.
Yeah, a flesh wound. Oh, okay. All right, so yeah, you want to look for, keep an eye out here, guys.
632.
For a potential push towards inside of the box again, like we talked through.
Can we get that momentum up? Come on.
So 30,633 area. Do they have it in them to get to like 650? That's what it's looking like here, guys. 636. Top of the box. And you're getting ready for a 1 hour candle to close out. You got a nice bottom wick on that 1 hour candle. So curious to see if the momentum kind of flows in that next candle for more continuation up. I think you get the bazooka here, guys.
Yeah, you read my mind. I was just about to say that. I want a bazooka. Bazooka candle. Come on, bazooka.
637. Like I said, 650 would be the area that needs to get hit. They're going to kind of push this thing with momentum here to the upside, chat. Top of the range, basically, right? Top of the box that I got mapped out. Less than a minute for that new candle to open up here. 640, there's 640. And a lot of times, like I said, chat, when you see those equal highs, when those equal highs get broken, that is, and you trend in the direction, right, that the market's kind of going. Obviously, in this case, it's to the upside. A lot of times you get a bazooka here. You get bullish continuation. All right, there's the back inside the box again. And like I said, top of the box is 650 area. So if you kind of listen to the commentary, that was 646. So you're able to get up to 646.75. And a pullback. So if you took longs to the box, you got paid. Drop a W in the chat. You got to love it, right? And now you're kind of waiting to see. This is a new 1 hour candle, guys. We know that the previous candle was bullish. It has a long bottom wick. But I think they make an attempt here to tap the top of that, top of the box. So let's see. There's 649. And let's see if we hit the top here.
I feel like it's struggling, but it wants to go higher. What do you think, D?
Yeah, so if you notice, I mean, the problem is now, guys, the 1 hour candle, right? Like we kind of talked about earlier, that first 5 minutes, sometimes you get some kind of, you want to kind of see the direction it picks, because it might need to build out a little bit, right? So we know that the bottom wick on the previous candle is all the way down here at 537. So you got a 62-point wick on the bottom candle, previous candle. So the reality is, how deep of a retracement do we need, right, if we're going to go higher? You got some room, so you got to be a little cautious, guys, right? We got back inside of the box, back to 649, a little bit higher than the previous high, believe it or not, up here at 647.25. So maybe the market needs some kind of retracement before going higher. If you look at the 15-minute candle, this is what we're kind of referring to, right? Maybe digging into that bottom wick and then pushing up. We'll have to see how it plays. It's still early in the candle. We got some time. You only trade wicks when it's a trending day? No, I'm just we're going over entries, guys, based off of the price action that's in front of us, right? So today it happens to be that you're trying to get in on to the upside, right? You're trying to join the party for longs, but you're getting in on some of these wick retracements, because if you don't, you might get chopped, right? Because you see how you had to push up here, retracement, kind of wick off, push up, retracement with a long wick. And then you're trying to anticipate higher lows being put in, and then you're putting your stop basically below the previous candle's low, trying to ride it up. It depends on the price action, guys, right? See all these wicks here? This is tough for a price action. All right, it's not kind of like moving up in a straight line, so Looks like a M pattern forming on, looks like an M formation down at least to 567.75. You're saying back to the ORB. I mean, we'll have to find out, guys. I mean, you got to be patient. I mean, I know people don't want to hear that a lot of times, chat, but the reality is this is a new 1 hour candle, and we don't know if the retracement is going to be deeper to dig into that bottom wick, right? We already put in a high above the previous 1 hour candle high. So a lot of times you do get a retracement when that happens. So just got to be kind of mindful, right? That it's early in the candle. And I think if we're gonna, to your level, 567, I mean, you would expect a loss of basically the EMAs, right? Won't be able to stay above the EMAs, 30,000 like 606.
Defending the 14 EMA is usually a good sign, right, D? For the upside right now.
What was that?
That defending the 14 EMA is usually like a good sign for bulls to just
so if you're so if you're looking for the EMA to hold up, right, guys? So if you want to know, we talk about this a lot of times, right? So how do we use the EMAs? You're looking for, a lot of times you will get a reaction back the opposite direction. We just had a sell-off or retracement, right? It's 11:08 now, new 5-minute candle pushed down, formed a wick, and then now it's expanding higher, right? So we're pushing right back up.
Yeah.
And is that enough to kind of pop these highs? Well, we just got back to 649. So the question is now, do we kind of expand out of this towards 675 to 693? Right? So you're looking at, in today's, we're going over market structure, guys, right? So that's what we're looking at, and we're kind of breaking that down. You're just trying to always read the market, right? What's happening on the higher time frame, going down to the lower time frame, and integrating that into the lower time frame. So right now we're pushing right back up, and you got a nice bottom wick. So the longs could be in play here, because now we're pushing towards the top of that box. So there is 654. So every retracement, chat, right now, if you notice, every retracement is getting bought right back up. Right? As soon as it feels like we're going to drop lower, we literally get a pop. Long from 600. Nice.
Yeah. Like if you took a long from the EMA, you got paid.
So if you got in on that bottom wick, if you got in on the bottom wick or anticipated on the 15. So this is what we're kind of saying, guys. I'm telling you, there's a lot of value in this. Look at the wick, right, for the entry off like 612. Stop would have been 602 or 600. Like somebody said they got long, I guess, on the previous candle, right? But 600 would have been the stop. Your stop would have been less than 10 points or right at 10 points. And then you're up over 50 points here. Thank goodness I learned patience with you, because before I would have taken that short. Yeah. See, and that's where I'm trying to kind of like paint the picture, guys, is that the trend has not changed, chat. Like this bearish candle was just a retracement to go higher. That's all that's happening right now, right? Somebody was saying earlier that it was a short, and down to 567, right? Well, we haven't got there yet. Obviously it's only 11:10. Anything can happen. So you got Apex 90% off, guys, using the code PW. Running out of time. Today's the last day. You're able to do a 5-pack and get basically 5 trailing drawdown accounts for $95, guys, with Apex. So use the code PW. You know the vibes. Hold on 1 second here, guys. D, I just blew my second account eval and paid the 95 to reset. Yeah, I mean, it happens, guys. You guys saw yesterday I had to blow up on a TraderFi account. I mean, it's gonna happen, chat. The reality is, though, can you kind of learn from it? What did you do right? Were you sizing too big? Were you actually you know, not being patient, waiting for setups on a day like today, not entering on wicks. All right, I'll be honest, because you're not gonna feel comfortable, guys. If you got in up here on the breakout on this 5-minute candle, you got in at 644 and it pulled all the way back to 614. Like, are you holding that? Probably not, right? So sounds like Javier has like a 10-point stop kind of like area, right? Or at least he goes break even in 10 points. So technically, in theory, it probably should be the same if you're negative, right? So, but if you start breaking that rule, that's when you get in trouble, because if you're only giving your winning trades, guys, right? Like in your example, if you're giving your winners, you know, like, oh, 10 points and I'm going break even, well, technically shouldn't it be the same for the losers? Yeah. But you know what happens, chat? You got to be right. So you start kind of dragging that stop loss a little bit lower, a little bit lower, a little bit lower, and then all of a sudden, right? You lost the account. How'd you learn to stop over trading? Blowing accounts.
Your pocket starts hurting.
I mean, if you want the real truth, guys, the way you got to start, I mean, blowing accounts, getting frustrated, wondering why you see people posting big payouts and you're struggling. Yeah. Right? Maybe you haven't gotten a single payout. Right? It has to be something inside of you that kind of light bulb goes off and you're like, well, wait a second. Why am I just putting money in and not getting money out? Right? What am I doing wrong? So for me, it was basically not integrating the higher time frame, chat, and rushing, right? Kind of trying to, if I see the market dropping, I'm like, okay, well, it has to keep dropping. And then I would just get murdered. Look at this. What just happened here, chat? Wow. I mean, that was the crazy retracement there. I mean, down to 585 and right back up. I mean, people just got murdered. So 70-point retracement, guys, and right back up. So this is very interesting here.
I don't even see that on my screen. That's crazy.
You don't see it?
No, I see it on my trading view, but not on TradeAvate.
Yeah, I think we head to the top of the box, guys. 693. What a crazy, like.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they pushed this to the box, guys. Top of the box, or at least inside the box here, chat. What a crazy who got yoked there? I hate to say it, chat, but
that's tough.
Who got yoked? Because that is NQ glitched. Yeah, I don't see it on TradeAvate. I don't see the same print on TradeAvate, guys.
Yeah, me neither.
You see it on TradingView though?
No, on TradingView I see it, yeah.
Yeah.
But not on TradeAvate.
Yeah, there's something. Yeah, it's a bad quote. Yeah, something's crazy there. Yeah, something's off, chat. Something's off.
I thought like my data was delayed for a second because I was like, what is he talking about? I don't see anything. And then I looked at TradingView and I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Yep. All right. There is the pop there that we talked about. Top of the box. 30,672 here, chat. Market manipulation equals easy profit. That's so funny. Oh man. There was no pullback on my net. Yeah, I don't see it on. Yeah, so it's weird, right? So I don't see it either. I don't see a pullback to 585, so it had to be some kind of glitch or something, guys. I don't quite know what. Obviously, it's on TradingView, right? So, but I do not see that on TradeDebate. Obviously, the price now is accurate because I see it match, right? 665. We just hit the top of the box, like we thought. We just hit inside the box at 674. So. It did that last night around 12:30. Wow. Somebody said TradingView be like, does my wick look big in this? Oh my goodness, this is crazy. You gotta love it, guys.
Oh, gosh.
Taking all stops. Well, I mean, it did, I mean, nobody got reeked. Like, who got reeked because of that, chat, right? I mean, did you, clearly, I mean, it's not on TradeDebate. So if you're taking your trades on TradeDebate, you didn't get, there's nothing that occurred. It's just a bad print. I mean, apparently. That's what it's looking like. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it didn't affect anyone. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it looks like it's just bad fill or misquote, guys. I was in long when that happened. Yeah, but what? I mean, if you're in long, I mean, it didn't. Did you get impacted? Because everybody else is saying they didn't get impacted. So, all right. Well, either way, guys, we tapped the top of the box.
Got to the box.
I got impacted and blow my account. Wow.
Oh man, I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah. I mean, was that a Trump tweet? Like, what was it? Because if it was a glitch, I mean, I don't know, guys. I mean, it's he lying. I'm finally gonna get paid for 5 Lucids. Thank you, D Money. Hey, Caesar, man, I'm happy for you. You know what's crazy, Chad? I just saw some stuff on social media, guys. So the thing is, guys, is that it's always crazy that people kind of put in effort to or energy to hate on somebody else. Because I've never been that kind of person, guys, right? So I'm happy for you, man. If you got a payout, I'm happy for you. That does nothing negative to D Money, guys, right? It doesn't take money out of my pocket that you got to pay out. It doesn't impact me in any kind of negative way. So I'm happy when you guys are passing evals and getting payouts, guys. But it's like crazy because I guess D Money has to make some adjustments mentally, guys, because we got a couple of haters out here kind of bubbling up. So I guess it was bound to happen, but at the end of the day, it comes with the territory. But it's like crazy, chat, right? Like I've never, I understand if you're not, if you're not a fan of D Money, you're not a fan of D Money, guys. Everybody has a preference. You got choices out there, and I'm not talking to Alex in the chat, right? This is not your invitation to try to get a timeout, sir, or a date. But the reality is that I've never, in life, chat, I've just never. You get nothing out of hating on somebody, guys, right? So it doesn't matter what line of work it is, whatever it is. So congrats to the people that you're getting payouts and all that. I'm happy for you. How can they hate? You've been nothing but professional. Nah, I mean, it's the world we live in, chat.
There will always be haters.
There's always going to be haters.
Always.
So it is what it is. Could you do a new 2K challenge for the new trader, new day trader limit? 2K challenge for a new day trader limit. Are you saying PDT rule? Are you talking about PDT? Like what specifically are you referring to? Hey D, can you tell me how that $95 bundle works with Apex? Yeah, so it's pretty simple, guys. You're able to buy 5 accounts now with Apex at a time, right? So you don't have to worry about, no longer have to buy single accounts, chat. Right? There's no more. You have an option. You can still buy single one-off accounts if you want. You can buy accounts now with Apex that actually have, you got 3 options basically now, right? You can buy one-off accounts, you can buy a 5-pack account, or you can buy accounts that have activation included multiple accounts, right? So you got multiple options out there with Apex now, chat, right? You can pay the activation fee up front. You can pay, so the example that I was giving earlier, and that's probably what you're referring to, Apex now allows you to be able to buy 5 accounts. You can buy 5 trailing drawdown accounts. This is just an option, guys. 5 trailing drawdown accounts for $95 bundled. So you're able to basically bundle those accounts. 5 trailing drawdown accounts, $95, guys, using the code PW, right? You're running out of time. Today's the last day. So you buy them. So in other words, if you want to get 20 accounts, you literally just have to make 4 purchases, chat. That's it. So pretty simple. I mean, nothing too kind of in detail. I mean, there's not much to cover other than that. So if you don't pass the accounts during the 90% promo is an acquisition fee of the regular price. No. All right. So with Apex now, guys, you have 30 days to pass the evaluation, right? So if you do the math, that works out to be roughly 20 to 21 days because there is actually weekends, right? So it works out to be I think 21 or 20 to 21 days depending on the month. So if you don't pass the account within the 30-day, it's 30 calendar days, chat. You have 30 calendar days, but that includes the weekends, right? Calendar days includes the weekends. So then yeah, you're gonna lose those accounts, right? You got 30 days to pass. And once you pass the evaluation, you now have 7 days to activate and convert those accounts into funded accounts, chat. So once you activate them to funded accounts, then obviously, you're ready to roll. That's, so if you buy the bundle that includes activation, because you have 2 different options, guys, right? You have end-of-day drawdown accounts and you have trailing drawdown accounts. So the trailing drawdown accounts, obviously, you guys, that's Apex has always had trailing drawdown accounts. So there's not much to kind of explain there, right? So if you're going with the end-of-day drawdown account, there is a price difference. It's going to be more expensive than the $95 for a 5-pack, right? So I'm going to give you the price. Got to log in real quick. I'll give you the price on it. It's a little bit more expensive, guys. All right. So 5-pack end-of-day drawdown account starts at $195, and that equates to $39 per account, chat, for a 5-pack, right? So if you wanted the 5-pack no activation end of day drawdown account, it's actually $445, which works out to be $89 per account on the 50K. Just a heads up. So you got options, guys. They're basically covering all options, right? All scenarios out there. And what I mean by that is that if maybe you're new to trading and you're like, hey, you know what? I want to go more budget friendly route. You're able to do that because, like I said, you can get started with 5 accounts for $95. I mean, that's cray below rate chat. Obviously, yes, if you pass the evaluations, then you're gonna have to pay the activation fee, right? But if you're learning and you're actually right, I mean, it's kind of like you don't have to pay the activation fee up front. You can pay it once you pass. If that makes sense. D, how do you get 2 accounts for $99 with Lucid? Yeah, use the code PW. So using the code PW chat, it's a 2-time use though. If you've already used it, you can't do it again. Right? It's only going to be a 2 limit per customer chat, and use the code PW, you get 50% off 2 accounts. And then once you do that, it goes to 30% off using the code PW. So PW is always going to get the code PW chat's always going to get you the best deal, right? That's never going to change. So if there's a promo running with the props that we obviously work with, you got Lucid, Apex, Take Profit Trader, Tradeify, Apex, right? I mean, the list goes on, guys, right? You can check out onlypropfirms.com. It's going to have a full list of all the props and comparisons if you want to compare. Does Lucid have an activation fee? No. So Lucid there is no activation fee with Lucid, guys. It's all included in the price. And it's also not a monthly fee. It's a one-time fee.
So how does that work?
So Denny just dropped the link in the chat, guys. Onlypropfirms.com, right? That's gonna get you rolling. What was that?
So how does the 50K what are they, Flex Lucid? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
So you reached the target, 53,000, and then what happens?
Yeah, so the cool thing about Lucid chat, so Javier's question was what happens when you hit the 50K target on the 50K Flex account, right? So he's trading the 50K Flex Lucid account, right? So what happens is almost, I mean, I'm not going to say immediately because that would be like false information. It depends on the time of day, but Lucid, I think, is the fastest prop out there, guys. You're able to activate that account. You literally log into the dashboard, and I would say probably within 5 minutes or less of passing that account. On most occasions, you go to your dashboard, and it's going to have an upgrade. You click on it's going to say upgrade to fund it on that account. You click on it. There's one check box you got to click and upgrade it, and then it's a funded account. And
then so like your balance comes back down to 50,000.
Yeah, you're gonna restart at 50K. Yeah, so you'll restart at 50K. Now, as far as payouts, right? There's no consistency rule, guys. The reason why I love the Lucid Flex accounts, Lucid Flex 50K accounts. If you guys look at my X page, you guys saw multiple payouts taken from them over the last 2 weeks. So the reality is there is no consistency rule on Lucid Flex accounts.
That's good.
Right? So you don't have to worry once you're funded, chat, right? There's a 50% consistency rule, however, in the evaluation phase. So it's going to take you minimum 2 days to pass. So just a heads up on that. So you make 1,500 basically today, you make 1,500 tomorrow as an example, and then you're able to upgrade it tomorrow and start trading it right away.
And then do they have a certain amount of days you have to trade the account for the payouts?
5 days, yeah. Lucid Flex has 5-day payout. Okay. Yeah, Pro actually has 3-day payout, guys, right? So the difference between Pro, one of the main differences between Pro and Flex, Pro, you got 1 day to pass, 3-day payout. Flex, you got 5-day payout, 2-day minimum to pass because of the consistency. So.
Yeah, nice. Shout out to Lucid. A lot of people like this prop firm.
5 days with 150 profit. That is correct. You got to make $150, guys, minimum per day. And the minimum payout that you can take out on a 50K flex account is $500, right? So that's the minimum payout. So if you do the math on that, you're able to take out 50% of your balance. So that means that if you want to take out $500, chat, you need to have $1,000 balance in your account. So just a heads up on that. But 5 days at 150 still can get payout? Yes. So if you got 5 days, at 150, that is correct. You're going to be able to take a payout, right? But your account balance is only going to be $750, guys. And actually, no, you need it. So you need minimum payout is $500, and you can take out 50%. Right? 2K max withdrawal. That is correct. Yes. 2K max withdrawal, guys, on Lucid Flex accounts. 2K max withdrawal on Lucid Flex. That is correct. You need $1,000. That's what I was saying, guys. You need $1,000. So the way that it works, the rules with Lucid is that you're able to take out half of your balance, guys, in a nutshell, right? Up to the max payout amount. So if you want to take out $2,000, you need to have $4,000 in your account to take out the max payout. If you want to take out $1,000, you need to have $2,000 in your account. If that makes any sense, chat. It's always 50%. So if you want to take out the minimum $500, you need to have $1,000 in your account. So if you got $750, that's not gonna, that's not gonna cut it. Yeah. Does it mess with your drawdown if you take money out before the drawdown stops? So in Lucid Flex, there is no, I mean, you got a daily loss limit. Sorry. Lucid Flex, there is no daily loss limit, guys. So that's the other thing with Lucid Flex. With pro accounts, you have daily loss limits. That's an evaluation and funded phase, right? But once you're funded on Lucid Flex, your full drawdown is available for you to trade on a daily basis. Not saying that you need to push it to that. That's totally up to you as your accounts, chat. I'm just simply telling you that there is no daily loss limit. Obviously, it's up for your balance on Lucid Flex accounts when funded. So you got a lot more flexibility, guys. It literally, they call it flex, and to be honest, it's literally flex. You got a lot of flexibility. So that's why I love the Lucid Flex accounts. So if you kind of listen to what I'm breaking down, that is, I mean, it's, in my opinion.
D, what would you say is the
No, D, the drawdown if withdrawn before 2K. Yes, it will. Of course it will. Of course it will, guys. So if your total is $2,000 in your account, you got a $2,000 balance, chat, and you withdraw $1,000. Common sense, you're gonna have $1,000 left in your account. That's your drawdown. I mean, like I'm not saying that. So guys, if you withdraw $1,000 and you had $2,000 in your account, you're only gonna have $1,000 left. And it is 90-10 split. That is correct. 90-10 split on payout. So I got a question for you here, Javier, that popped up here. So are you up on the day, down on the day? Where are you at?
Right now, I was trading one account. I'm actually down $800.
So you're down. You're down how much?
Yeah, I'm down $800, guys.
Oh man. All right, so he's down $800, guys. We got some work to do here.
The day's not over though.
Day's not over. We're back inside of the box, like we kind of talked through. So for the expansion, right, back above 670. I cannot understand why all streamers are still recommending it. What are you referring to, Trader Bat? I thought you need to get to 3K, then 150 per day. No, that's the beauty with Lucid Flex, guys. If you listen to what I'm actually saying, the easy way to think about Lucid Flex is that don't think about you're thinking about the initial profit target of 3K for the evaluation. So you got to make 3K to pass the evaluation, guys, right? 50% consistency rule, that takes 2 days minimum, to be honest, right? It would be a two day minimum on that. So once you got funded, and let's say you make $2,000, right? Within, over 5 days, because you got to have a minimum $150 per day. So you make $2,000 over 5 days, you're eligible right away to take out $1,000, guys, which is going to leave $1,000 left in your account to trade with, right? It does not give you, your drawdown it's still not at, it's not going to stay at 2,000. It's going to drop to 1,000 because you took $1,000 out. That's how it works. Yeah, he said that multiple times, guys, that he trades. It sounds like the same as D-Money. So he said that multiple times, right?
Yeah, most of everything that I've learned.
So
is
if you
want to
kind of talk through that. So yeah. So he trades similar style, chat.
Yeah, my chart looks pretty much just like D-Money's.
So what trades did you take? They want to know, what trades did you take where you took the $800 loss? So did you take something like what setups did you take here? Why didn't it work? Let's kind of talk through it.
So I took a long at 10:55 a.m. The entry point was 6:31, and so I had my stop.
So you got in on this candle that was turning green. 10:55.
Yeah.
At 6:31.
Yeah.
So the entry was 6:31.
Yeah.
And then you held it.
Yeah, my stop was initially, because when I got in, the previous candle's low was 6:08, but then I was in the trade till the next candle, and then it stopped me out because I moved my stop loss to the candle where I entered, because it made that low wick, so I moved my stop loss up.
Yeah.
And then it stopped me out right there.
So hold on. So 6:31 was your entry. You were actually up. You were up a couple of points.
Yeah, I was targeting 6:47.
Okay, but you're up like 10 points.
Yeah.
Because this candle closed out at 6:43. You were up. Yeah, you're up actually 12 points.
Yeah.
You're targeting 640 what?
647, which is that high.
Yeah.
On that.
But it pulled back probably first.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah. It's that's kind of been the thing today with me, is that the pullbacks are pretty nasty. Not really.
So your stop on this trade, right? So 621 was that previous candle's low.
Yeah.
Right? The candle you got in on, 621 was the low. So if you had your stop there, you would have got yoked by a few points.
Yeah. Which I think that's what happened, because I believe I had my stop right at there, and I got slipped a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I believe that candle was a candle where it just like
stop.
it just like slammed down. So
yeah. So I think probably what you got to do here, your stop needs to be a little bit wider, especially. So chat, well, it sounded like what happened here is that his stop is a little too tight based off of these wicks, right? Because the problem with, and we know that this is a misprint, guys, so I wish I could kind of like take this candle off, because we don't see that on TradeAvate, so that's not like an accurate flush or retracement.
Yeah.
But the way that you trade the EMAs, guys, your stop needs to technically be either previous candle low, or if there's a lot of wicks, you probably want to put it below the EMA, right? Because if you put it below the EMA, that kind of tells you that the trend could be shifting back to the downside, and that would have kept you out of, you would have still been in that trade basically, right? Because you got in at 631, and I mean, that's, it's 23 points to the EMA, but I think the rule of thumb, guys, is, you want to hold it if it can't break the EMA, right? If you're close enough to the EMA. Now, the better trade for the long would have been where the arrow is right now, right off the EMA here, chat.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's kind of protecting you, and if it flushes that EMA, you want to be out of it. This is a bad print, so that trade basically never dropped that low, so you would have been fine. So somebody said refresh the chart, it went away. So let's see if it goes away. Nope, it's still there. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It's still there, but all right. What was another setup that you took?
Another setup. Let me see. So
Mark Rubio. Oh man, don't tell me that, guys. Mark Rubio's live. Yep.
Who's that?
He's actually, what is he? Secretary of State or something?
What does he usually bring? A lot of volatility or something? I don't know.
It could, depending on what he says. He might talk about the war.
Is he live? Is he live on YouTube, guys?
Yeah. Or is he Treasury, guys? Where? Secretary of State, right? Isn't he Secretary of State? Yeah, Secretary of State. So Mark Rubio can impact the market. That's not good. He's the president of Venezuela too. Oh man. So yeah, you got to be kind of cautious, guys. We did hit the box, right? So if you kind of listen to what we've been talking about, the high got put in at 685, 30,685.
Question, D. And
right.
Since
so
that box right there, it's kind of got
the top one.
Yeah. That it's kind of like. Oh no, sorry. I was looking at. So go to the 4 hour.
Get out of your trade will impact. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm not in the setup here. Yeah, I'm on a 4 hour.
So in the you see that. Yeah, that box. It's got those. The top one. It's got that resistance level right there. What would you be looking for? So like for a long, would you be able to like kind of consolidate a little bit and then break that zone and then try to look for an entry in a long, or would you look for like a rejection more? Since we've already rejected at that point, we rejected in June 26th. Or sorry, yesterday at 10 a.m.
Yeah, that was yesterday at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So you're saying like, so the problem is you don't know.
Yeah.
The problem is you don't know, right? So like we don't know now, chat, since we're inside of the box. This is a higher time frame, basically resistance level, chat, right? So you're looking for some kind of reaction. They said, Javier, you can always use the code PW. He got.
I got that code on deck, bro.
So
I got the code on deck.
Make no mistake about it.
Yeah.
So, all right. So when you look to the left, the last time we were up here, which was 1:30 yesterday, we had a sell off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's your initial, like, that should be in the back of your mind that we had a sell off the last time we were at this level. So the last time we were in that 680 level range, we had a sell off back to the downside. So the question is now, is that gonna remain? So you can play this one or two ways. You can wait for a price to kind of play itself out and either reject this area with momentum candles with conviction, right? Or we push through this with conviction to the upside with momentum, come down, do a retracement, and then go long.
Retest,
yeah. That's all you can. I mean, that's a smarter way to do this because we've already had the rejection previously, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be trying to get long here, guys, especially with the Secretary of State speaking. I would not be trying to get long, but even if he wasn't speaking, I would still be cautious now that we've broke inside of that box to the upside. Right, we could be getting ready to sell back off.
Yeah,
to be honest,
like a long would be very, very skeptical.
Yeah,
100%.
It's hard for me to want to get long. It's hard to want to get long up here, guys. We've been talking about longs since the break of the ORB, right? And then basically the test of 650, and then we finally got up to 685. So it's called effective bias, Naira. Let's see. Oh my goodness.
What happened?
I posted that in the room 2 minutes ago. I think he's done now, Tim. D Money, why is Lucid Funded harder to trade than the Lucid Eval? I trade the same exact way. Yeah, we talked about this. That's actually a good question. I think that's a mental thing, chat. Right, I think once you get funded, you know that I think you're kind of something changes in your mind, and you're thinking that like, hey, I can get a payout.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I can get paid. I can get paid, right? So there's emotions involved. There's mental. You're kind of weighing. You might be putting too much pressure on yourself. I think you got to trade it now. Don't take this the wrong way, guys. But if you're trading it the same way, there has to be, maybe you're rushing and you're not taking A+ setups as an example, right? You're not waiting for price to, maybe you want to get long, and today's a wiki wick day as an example, right? And it's a day to get long off of wicks, right? Versus like necessarily breakouts. And maybe you got chopped, right? And Javier said it earlier, like, you know, sometimes it's not the best day to trade or the best setup to trade, and you got to kind of read the market, guys. I've done that so many times where, and I'm gonna be honest here and kind of share it, chat, because it needs to be talked about. I've had it a lot of times. You get a funded account, guys, and you're like, oh man, I got to trade it today. I don't care what the price action looks like, right? In all honesty. So, and I've done that, chat, where it's like I'm almost forcing the market to kind of give me, you know, my setups, and a lot of times they're not there. And that's just, you know, and I've gotten burned. And if I would have just waited, chat, you know what typically happens when I lose an account by doing that? The next day, it's like super clean.
Yeah. And just
super clean, man. All I had to do was wait.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that's how I blew my first account. Yep, I'm telling you, it happens, chat.
Yep.
It happens. What screen do you use? Yeah, we got 2 monitors on this setup, guys. Typically, I stream from the other setup across the way, right? So there's 2 monitors on this setup here. Is Apex $19 for 50K accounts? Yes, for 5-pack trailing drawdown accounts using the code PW, you're able to get 5 accounts for $19 each. $95 for a 5-pack. So
I think especially like us, like that we trade momentum sometimes. Like for me, a big factor is when like that market, like for example, yesterday I was getting a lot of follow through. Yesterday was a good day for me.
Yeah.
Like today, it's been a day where it's like I get maybe 10, 12 points of follow through.
Yeah.
And then yoked right back down so that's why I think I asked you yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, that it was like how do you get good at just differentiating, like finding the difference of the market structure, that it's like not every day you're gonna get the follow through you want, you know?
Yeah. So you know what? So chat, and I know people, they want to see bangers like all the time, like banging trades, but the reality is that every day you're not going to get that, guys. That's not how the market works, right? So a lot of times you're going to get those 10, 15 point movers, and then you're going to get retracements down, right? I think what keeps you, to your point today though, it's wick entries. Like getting in on wick entries, because you would have been, you would have got way more than 10 points. Like if you look at the chart right now, if you look at these entries, guys, like on the chart, you could see like right where you would have got paid. Trying to enter basically as close as you can to the EMA, guys. Do not look at that long wick print, because it's not valid. So don't even waste your time like looking at it. You can even see here, same thing, right? So if you look at now, if you measure these out, you're trying to join the momentum, guys, to the upside. Price put in a high, came down, did a retracement, pushed up, came down, did a retracement. You're trying to enter on the wick. So if you're entering on the wick, because it's a lot of wicks today, right, on the way up, that's going to protect you guys, and you're going to be able to kind of hold price. You're going to be able to hold it because you're not afraid of the pullback, because you're already in profit.
You're in the pullback pretty much.
You are the pullback, basically. You're waiting. You want the pullback.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I think it has to be a mental shift, guys. And this is easier said than done, because if you're a breakout trader, you're simply trying to get in on a breakout, right? But look at what's happening here. If I would have got in on a breakout here, like, okay, price gets back above, we'll say 675, right? Okay, I got in. All right, I'm up 687. Now I got to pull back, right? So I'm not feeling too great, because now it's at 658, and I got in at the high at 684, and all I can do is watch. Yeah. So it's safer when the market is giving you these. A lot of times, guys, you get crazy momentum candles, pushes up, right? Steep retracement, continues higher. That's just how it works, right? Those are the great days where everybody's like, oh man, momentum is great, right? It's the best way to trade. And then there's days like today where the market is in some kind of slow grind to the upside, chat, and you're getting these wicks. And you got to be able to tell the difference between the two, right? So, and read the market. If you can read that, you're gonna get paid.
Yeah.
And that's just the difference.
Yeah, that's something that I've definitely been working on heavily, is just knowing that I can't trade every day the same. Because when you do, like for example today, like I was trying to trade it like yesterday, it's just I got stopped out because of that pullback that you're saying that you should have entered on the pullback instead.
Yeah.
You know.
Somebody saying I can correct this candle. You might be able to right click the candle and correct the data and put the low that TraderBait had. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I'll try it later, guys. I mean, we know it's a false print anyway, right? So I'm not too worried about it. Are you still in the Trader Pot tournament? 7 money bag, yo. Nah, where have you been, man? I haven't seen you in a while, brother. Where have you been at? 7 money bag, yo. No, I got eliminated yesterday, man. Couldn't get it done. So shout out to Sam, or Cam, I should say. I said Sam.
Cam.
Shout out to Killer Cam. Killed D Money yesterday. So
what's going on with that? Cam gets to keep going?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
you keep yeah, man. I mean, it's like 9 rounds, dude. So I was able, guys. I mean, I'm grateful for the opportunity to even be in the tournament. I mean, to be honest, chat. But hey, I bagged $6,250. So
lunch on D Money.
Lunch on Ginger or somebody. So because right. So and I wasn't even I just like to compete with that kind of stuff, guys. So I just had a good time with it. So I appreciate it. New tournament coming soon, per Brett Simba. So we'll look forward to it.
Nice.
William Burke, hey D, soon lunch and you look cute as usual. Yeah, we're gonna give you a timeout for trying to say D Money looks cute around here. So that's only for the ladies, guys. D Money's only for the ladies, chat. Why is that hard to understand? That's what D Money doesn't understand. Let's talk about that for a second, guys. Why are the guys so aggressive against D Money? I don't know when this started, guys. I gotta blame Big Brawley, man. If he's in the chat, he started this whole thing and it doesn't stop.
That's funny, man.
So it's crazy. William does it every day. Yeah, well, I caught him today, so we'll have to keep an eye out for William. We know Alex is a offender as well. We gotta do something different with Alex and Big Brawley, guys, because they are not letting up. You have to appreciate the love. Man, D Money can't stop thinking about Muscular Man. I don't think about D Money does not think about Muscular Man, guys. So you're gonna get a timeout as well there. All right, there's the pop, 30,686, right back up, chat. I mean, this thing is not. They are refusing. Somebody said to get short to 5.6. They were shorting to 567. Unfortunately, they're toast because clearly the market has decided to push higher, guys. Back inside of the box at the moment. Big Brawley, man. I show love and D Money shows hate. Oh, man, this guy, Big Brawley. Yeah, I was able to catch some of the move, guys, on the breakout. Right? So you had a 930 kind of candle open. Right? You had to sell off to the downside. You had to push back up. Once we started pushing back above the highs, I actually had levels mapped out trying to get hit, guys. That was at 650 level. So if you recall, we're just kind of talking you guys through that. This was that initial long, if you guys remember, right? We had that level mapped out. That was the level that got hit. So that was a TP1. They got hit, right? You had a break of the opening range to the upside. You had a retracement down and then continuation up. And then just start kind of taking some of these wick trades off of the EMA back to the upside, guys. The hard part with these, chat, and I'm going to be honest here, is that they move very quick, guys, because if you're getting in on the wick, by the time you're in the trade and price is already gone because it literally tapped the 14 and it pushed right back up. So it's hard to like switch over for that because then people are going to be like, oh, well, you're already in the trade. Like the reality is that I'm literally talking you through the setups as well, right? I'm giving you the levels. Somebody said target filled, Asia high. Okay, well, I mean, that's also daily candle level from yesterday. Make no mistake about it, guys. We're getting close. There it is. Actually, we just hit it. So daily candle level got hit. seemed like a day to go long at 557 and let it go type of day. Yeah, it is. You just have to be. The only issue here, guys, is, you know, now if you got an end of day drawdown account, it's a lot easier, right? If your entries today were off of wicks retracements, it's a lot easier to do that, right? But if you were not long off of wicks today, like 580 as an example, riding it back up, 612 as an example, riding it back up, 650 as an example, riding it back up, right? If you weren't doing that today, guys, you're not feeling too hot. But we literally talked through it, right? We said that the 1 hour chart, the higher time frames, they have all these bottom wicks, and you're trying to kind of mimic that on the 5 minute chart, because that's the other thing, guys. When you see the higher time frame with all these long wicks, a lot of times you're going to go down to the 5 minute chart, 15 minute chart, 30 minute chart, and you're going to start seeing the same kind of wicky wick action, guys, right? But price is still kind of heading. And I think today it was telling because you had the consolidation. This was the level, like pre-market consolidation, guys. It looks like from like what, 4 o'clock consolidation, opening candle, drop down, and then push right out of the range to the upside. And then you're trying to ride it. Now, I would be cautious now because we just tapped that daily level and it's about to be lunchtime at 12 o'clock, right? Do we get some kind of reaction back down? That's the question. But bulls are here to play. I mean, this is kind of like breakout. The EMAs, guys, if we hold the EMAs and we do not close below them, I mean, we clearly just popped through that level, right? So there's a new high. 30,697 just got taken. Rubio is talking. Come on, man. So is Rubio talking or is he not talking, chat? Somebody said, I think Tim said he was done. Are you sure that he's live? Let me check here. He's live? Come on, man. All right, so let's see. White House. So I don't see him. Where is he speaking, guys? Because that's not the White House. It's not on the White House link. He's not live on the White House channel. So maybe Associated Press. AP, yeah, Associated Press, okay. Yeah, so you got to be cautious of that, guys. So it sounds like he's testifying or something. So in front of Congress, yeah. So I would say now that level got hit that we had mapped out, and now you're kind of looking to see if the reaction, right? You got to be cautious. It's 12 o'clock, guys. So you got to be definitely cautious of the levels now.
So I know D does this all the time. Where are you guys trading from?
Yeah, we can get it rolling, guys. Where are you trading from? Drop it in the chat. We'll shout you out. be the first time this week that we've done it. So drop where you're trading from in the chat. You might get a shout out. You might not. If you're with Jerome, we might not shout you out. So somebody said Apex. Okay. OKC, D-Money's house. You are not there. North Carolina in the house. Who else do we got? St. Petersburg, New York, London, my mom's basement. That is unfortunate. Unless you like being down there. I don't know. So Puerto Rico, Miami, 305, 786. I think that's only 2 zip codes, right?
Brazil, nice.
Toronto in the house, BDH bathroom. You're not there. Javier blew it up earlier, guys. So
No,
we got a caution sign on the bathroom. So
that's a lie. False statement.
We're not able to go in there, so you're not able to go in there. So we know you're not. We know you're not in the BDH bathroom right now.
Guys, I've already been aware I can't use that bathroom.
We got
to go to
fumigated. So Thailand's in the house. Switzerland, Ivory Coast, Poland. No, Javier blew it up. Not Ginger. Detroit, ATL. Oh my goodness!
D-Money making false statements out here, man.
Seattle, Texas, Columbia, Cali.
Let's
okay,
go.
All right.
Columbia in the house.
I always wanted to visit Columbia, man. I'm not gonna lie, man.
It's awesome,
you still go back and visit, or?
I was just there 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bogota. That's where I'm from.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I would love to visit there. To be honest,
nice,
man.
dude. Yeah, I recommend it.
Serbia's in the house. Seattle. LA. Okay. All right. Brazil, Parkland. Parkland's nice. I like Parkland area, guys. Wouldn't mind getting a house in Parkland, to be honest.
Parkland is beautiful.
Iran, Cape Cod, D-Money's house. You're not there. Can't get in. France, Colorado, Jamaica. I love Jamaica, man. Visit there 3 times.
I want to go to Jamaica, bro.
Yeah, you never been?
Nah,
oh man, dude. The food, the culture, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, laid back vibes. You can't beat it, man.
Caribbean vibes.
Yeah, Caribbean
awesome.
vibes. Yeah, it's Fort Lauderdale. Okay, you're local. What up? Colorado's in the house. BDH Jamaica trip. Yeah, that would be lit.
Let's go.
Bermuda. Haven't been to Dominican Republic either, guys. So obviously my daughter's half Dominican, so I think she's gonna end up visiting there before me because I think her mom is gonna take her to see her grandparents or her grandma at some point this year. So she's gonna probably visit before me. You gotta love it. The country. Oh, okay, the country of Texas. I was like, what? You need to go to Thailand, D-Money? Yeah, I need to go to Thailand. I agree. Portugal in the house.
Portugal.
On my boat in Jersey. Nice. Argentina.
Russia.
Dominican women are cray-cray with a lot of ray-ray. Hey, you said it, not me. You're not gonna get D-Money beat up around here. So I'm still. I got scars that won't go away. So I'm just joking, guys. So Poland's in the house, Tennessee's in the house, Russia, Boston, Ethiopia, Chicago, Egypt. Wow, that would be dope to go to Egypt.
That's awesome.
Not gonna lie, guys.
Nice. Do you watch soccer or no?
Nah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would love to go to a Messi a match, man.
Nice.
You know, obviously they play here, right? So I would love to go. You watch?
Yeah, I don't watch it that much, but the World Cup is coming up, and they're gonna have some games here. So I was actually gonna ask the chat who do you guys think the World Cup final is gonna be? Who do you think is gonna be the final? Who do you think is gonna win?
Well,
because this year looks like we got some solid teams out there.
You can't trade with most firms on vacation. Yeah, but hey, at the end of the day, it's a vacation, right? Is that a bad thing? I don't know, right? Is that really a bad thing?
Spain, France. I see France. That's what I think. I think France is gonna win. To be honest, they got a really good
Brazil.
team. Brazil's good.
Argentina. Oh yeah, saying Argentina. I love to go to Argentina too, man.
Yeah.
I think Turks for me, guys. Turks is at the top of the list. I would love to visit Turks and Caicos. Been to Jamaica 3 times already, so probably need to hit up a different spot. Hawaii, never been to Hawaii. Never been to
Nice,
Thailand,
yeah.
never been to, right? There's quite a few spots, guys, on the list that D-Money wants to get to. So as we rapidly expand, funny thing, guys, back above 693. So the bulls are refusing to let up here, guys. Every retracement right now to the 14 EMA is holding up, and you're getting a push higher. So you just had a retracement to 668, and then you had a push up for 35 points, chat. I mean,
all gas and no brakes for the bulls today, man. Jeesh.
should we wait for a 5-minute candle closure above the daily candles high? Yeah, so see, that's the thing now, right? So we're up here at a level where you don't know, right? I mean, you just had a potential entry here. Stop could have been at 657, and then you're targeting for a breakout. Now you want to see how this candle closes out. 5-minute chart, right? Because if it rejects the daily level, then maybe you don't want to join the party up here. This is how the 1 hour candle's looking, chat. New 1 hour candle. You got a wick at the top and the bottom. Wow. Is she gone, guys? She gone. There's 708. So bullish momentum here in the market. Just stepped in, and we are pushing higher. So
She gone.
they are not, I don't know if Rubio said something, but clearly we are pushing to the upside here. So there's really, okay, you look to the left. I mean, there's nothing, right? We know that. So
Bro, it's crazy, man.
yeah, 750 area could be in play here, right? Would be the next level, kind of like quarters theory. 750, we're able to get up there, and then possibly, obviously, 800 if the momentum continues to the upside. Just a crazy kind of pop here, guys, right off the high of 693. Yeah, Rubio said we're gone.
He's right.
Oh, man. D-Money come to Greece. I would love to come to Greece. I would love to visit Greece. D-Money come to Cheetahs for lunch, Alex. Oh, man. All right, so let's kind of see what we got here, guys. Come to Denmark as well. Oh, man, that's a lot. Like, what's the flight time from here to Denmark? I would love to go Santorini, guys, right? Santorini? I think Ginger's been, guys. Ginger said she's been to Santorini. But I have not, so... Apparently, Javier has been as well. So I guess Javier drunk some wine or something from there, and he said that counted for him. But I have not been to Santorini, chat. So that's definitely, I would love that. I mean, I see obviously the views and the footage. Looks crazy, man. So if you haven't already, guys, do us a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know the vibes. We'll be back today, guys, at 2 o'clock. Rocking out 2 to 4 here.
Yes, sir.
The Bunny Ranch. Yeah, I would not be going to the Bunny Ranch. D-Money will not be partaking in that. So, but to each his own. Longs from here. Well, I mean, you had a crazy momentum candle that closed above 700. I mean, you wait for a retracement and try to get long, right? Meaning that the EMAs have held up this whole time. Maybe you get follow through. Hey D, you look very Bunny Ranch before lunch. Great trades today. Yeah, we're not gonna feed into you, William, because we gave you a timeout earlier.
Oh, this guy's back.
yeah, he's back. I think he had a 5 minute. Yeah, yeah, he went and took a walk and came back.
This guy's got
so we're not gonna give you the timeout that you want, William, because you might have some kind of weird fetish or something out there.
This guy has a D Money's #1 fan shirt on right now.
What if Alex is actually some cute girl and D Money is fumbling the bag? Alex is not a girl, guys. Alex has put multiple things in the chat about walking the beach and all that with D Money. If you're not familiar with Alex clearly is not a girl. So I'm just saying, chat.
I feel like once 12 o'clock hits, you start getting all these crazy comments.
Man,
like that's that time, bro, where they
it is
no holding back.
Alex is my girlfriend. D, you're missing out. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing out. I think I'm good. Actually. So I am 100% content not partaking in the festivities there. So it's not crazy as love. Yeah. Okay. Market moves slow, but chat don't. Yeah, you're right about that. So, I mean, right now, guys, like I said, every retracement is getting bought back up. So you have to kind of play it as such until that changes, right? You just had another retracement back towards the daily candle low, or daily candle high, sorry, of 30,693, and then you would be looking for more upside here above 714, guys, right? Until that changes. That's what's happening. That's what's printing right now, the retracements.
How high can we go?
Yes, sir. Money Mantra. Make no mistake about it. There will be, sir. That is correct. All right, so 30,705. D, Alex is Rendon, not Alex. I bet if you Facebook them, you'll see there are plenty of women with that name. Oh yeah, I mean I'm very aware that there's a lot of Alex. There's a lot of females named Alex, guys. So I don't, is your female, is a female really going to invite you to Tootsie's here at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, guys? Sounds like a setup. So all right, so what we'll do this afternoon, guys, we got to try to get Javier back in the green in the afternoon show. So he's down $800. We will try our best, chat. We can't make any guarantees, but we're definitely going to try, right? So hopefully we get some decent price action. We know that we got Rubio talking right now. You got to be a little cautious, but that's the plan for the afternoon. We'll try to get back. We'll try to get him in the green. So we'll see what we can do.
Let's do it.
Not a signal service. Not trying to give him financial advice in life. But we're gonna make no mistake about it. We're gonna try to push. D, I have a candle question. Hoping you can answer. The rich girl. What's the question? What's the question? When the new 15:30 or 1 hour candle opens, how can you tell if it will open and go up first to form the top wick, or it will go down first to build the bottom wick? Is it price action from previous candles? Yeah, so that's it. So you know what? That's a really good question. So when you guys hear me talking about like we'll say like the 30-minute candle, guys. We could take this off for now because we already basically got through this level, right? So as an example, if this you're looking at the trend of the market, the overall trend, right? So you had a consolidation down here where my cursor is. We broke out of it to the upside, right? We broke out of it. So if we broke out of it and you're a price action momentum trader, you're thinking, okay, well, we should head higher. So you let price kind of do its thing. You got a bullish candle here, kind of confirm the uptrend. This new candle, you would anticipate, right, that you're going to push down and form some kind of bottom wick and then expand higher. That's what you want. The hard part is it doesn't always happen that way, right? Sometimes prices takes off without you and there's no bottom wick. But with ideal price action, you do want that bottom wick to be formed before going higher. So you're basing it off of whatever way the market is trending, either bullish or bearish, right? So if it's bullish, you want to push down ideally, form a bottom wick, and then expand higher. If it's bearish, like over here, right, you can kind of see how you had this bearish momentum candle and price is lower highs, lower lows. So you're like, this candle closes out bearish, right? This was last night actually, guys, Asia session. It looks like the next candle pushes up, forms some kind of top wick, and then it expands lower, right? And then the downtrend continues, as an example. So it's always going to be, you're looking for the opposite directional move, because this is nothing more than a retracement, right? Before the real move down. In this example, right? You got bearish momentum in the market. Price, you're expecting it to retrace, build that top wick, trap some people thinking that it's time to get long, and then it flushes on them, right? And then obviously over here, market was bullish. Market pushes up. You expect the next candle here, as an example, to push down, kind of trap some people thinking that it's time to go short, and then they push up. So that's it. Wicks or market structure on lower time frame. That is correct. That is correct, guys. Because if I drew out, so like, just to make it in, she said, I mean, she got it, she understood, right? But if I drew out the wicks, chat, so say I drew out the wicks here. Let me take this off so you won't get confused. If I draw out that and then I go down to the 5-minute chart, that's 11 o'clock. Go down to the 5-minute chart. This is it, guys, right? See all these bottom wicks? So just kind of building out to go higher. That's all. So that's nothing more than like a retracement, guys, right to the EMA on the so you can draw out the levels on a 1-hour chart and go down to the 5-minute chart and look for the price action. Look how price responds, right? You see how you got a bullish engulfing candle that printed? You got a bullish engulfing candle. That's a signal to get long right off the 14 EMA, and then you're trying to ride it for new highs. So there's different ways to play it, chat. You can use the higher time frame, map it out, go down to the lower time frame, and look for the desired price action, right? So if the higher time frame is bullish, you go down to the 5-minute chart and you're looking for bullish structure to form. Been respecting the 14 EMA since 10:30. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yes, it has.
So yeah, this afternoon, guys, we'll dig more into it. We'll take some trades, put on quite a few trades here. Hopefully we can get Javier back to green, and we'll see how it shapes up. If you haven't already, do us a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know the vibes. So definitely a little frustrated, guys, that didn't progress in the tournament, but it is what it is. No, I'm not, Myro. Yeah, I got eliminated yesterday. Got knocked out. Put a tweet on X and IG yesterday as well. Got knocked out, but I didn't even realize it, guys. I mean, when you read through the rules, I picked up an extra $1,250. So $6,200. I'll take it. But obviously, you know, I wanted the Grand Cup. I mean, you're talking 200K was on the line, which would have been cray-cray with little Ray Ray.
There's the dump.
So it's lunchtime here, chat. So now you got a strong reaction off of that 693, which is yesterday's daily candle high, and you're looking to kind of see if, you know, is this going to be simply just a higher low to kind of go higher, right? If this candle closes bearish, this is going to be the first candle, guys, that closed below the 14 EMA. Right? Since somebody said it earlier, I think like 1020, 1030. Yeah, 10, yeah. 1020. So that could be now when you see this, chat, this could be an indication of a short-term like trend change, because when price, you know, can't hold that EMA, we'd be putting it in higher highs and higher lows. Yeah, it could be time for a deeper retracement here.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest questions I had when I was coming here.
You did great, D Money. 6,200 for the first win, for the win. Great job, balancing everything. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the kind words, guys. So we'll see what the next one brings, whenever that is. So shorts here. I mean, it's now you're kind of thinking, chat, right? You're like, okay, well, we had a crazy pump. If you measure it out off the ORB low, because you always try to have context, and you're like, okay, well, we know the RB low was 423. You measure it to the high. That was about a 288 point push. So will it continue? I think that's the question here. Will it continue? Right, I think you start closing back below the 14, and then you would be targeting, if that's the case, you would be targeting 30,619, chat.
And you're saying 619 because of the 50 EMA, right?
Yeah, that's the 50 EMA. Yep. So, because when prices and momentum, a lot of times you'll get those EMAs acting kind of like as levels where price is gonna kind of gravitate towards. However, right now you're currently getting a push, like back up. So. Yep. Do you want to see a candle body close below those lows, these lows on the 15-minute for additional confluence of a short, Jordan? Yeah, you need all that. So you see what I'm saying, chat? Like, you see how you got like a lot of kind of like wiki wick action that we've bounced from before, right? We've had wicks put in and we had pushes right back up. So you're almost like, you need a flush of those, of these lows, like 650 area needs to get taken out. Right, or else this could just be a higher low, and then we push out of this. And it's very strange that the current 15-minute candle does not have a top wick, guys. Right? If you notice that, meaning that it just pushed straight down, no top wick at all, so it didn't have any attempt to kind of go higher. So you are mindful of that. But yeah, I would love to see us lose those lows. All right, pin bar right off the 14. So probably more downside here towards 653, chat. Right, because it's gonna try to dig into that wick. All right, there's 659. There it is. Right, so there's a drop. Because when you got that long wick and you close right off the EMA, a lot of times they're gonna try to dig into that wick, that bottom wick. So.
And I guess to change kind of like the bias D, you would look at, because obviously the higher time frame's still bullish, right? Like obviously the 4 hours still bullish.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of creating that wick, but it's still bullish.
Yeah.
It kind of, I guess it starts with the lower time frames when you're looking at to change bias, right? Because, so the 15-minute obviously super bearish, like you said, no wick at the top, full red candle body. But yet the 4 hours still bullish. It's kind of just I guess, going off what the lower time frames are trying to tell you, right? Because that's where like the change of bias would start.
Yeah, so you gotta know that. I mean, in this case, chat. So Javier is saying, like, how do you know, like, when to change bias? So the 4-hour chart, it is bullish, guys. So right now, the way that you got to play this, the 4-hour chart's bullish, right? The previous candle, I'm sorry, was bullish. Right, this candle's bullish. The 1-hour candle is bearish, but the previous 1-hour candle was bullish. So the way you got to play this, guys, in my opinion, is that this could just be a retracement again to go higher, until we start kind of getting something very convincing to want to get short, right? Meaning that we need to close below the 14, chat. Even that previous candle that looked like it was going to close below, it did not. It yoked right back up, right? So this one, this current candle obviously is there now, right? It's starting to kind of sell off. So this is more convincing. So I think if this candle closes, chat, below the 14, I think you got more downside to the box that I got mapped out. Put you at like 620 level or lower. But if this structure here holds, we could be ready to pop back above 679. So if we pop 679, previous candle high on the 5-minute chart, I think longs, could be in play. Maybe it was just a retracement to go higher. Yeah. But if we can't and we start kind of flushing these lows down here below 650, I think more downside. That's how I would play it, right? Gotcha. So 1-hour chart's bearish, so that's kind of bleeding now into the higher time frames, guys, right? Look at the 1-hour chart. This is the 1-hour chart. You got a nice top wick. The high was put in above the previous highs up here. We know that we had a pullback the last time we were here. That was yesterday at 1 o'clock. So could continue. What's for lunch? I'm not sure, guys. Drop your suggestions in the chat. I'll be honest, I'll probably get something smoothie related, chat. I got my new Invisalign tray. This is week number 3 for Invisalign, guys. And if you got Invisalign out there, if you ever had braces, I can't speak on braces a lot, but I'm sure it's similar. So with Invisalign, this is week 3, guys, and basically what happens is you switch trays, and that first couple days your mouth is like kind of sore because the next tray is tighter, right? It's like because it's literally shifting your teeth, so to make them straight. So the reality is that in that first couple days it's a little rough, guys. So I'll probably get some probably get a smoothie or something, and I'll figure out what I'm gonna eat tonight.
That's for what, to strain your teeth?
Yeah. Okay. So it's basically like invisible. You can say invisible braces or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. But it's almost like the retainers out there, guys. Like if you had braces and you got a retainer in, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, I would feel like that's kind of uncomfortable in your mouth.
I could have hooked D up for free. I'm an orthodontist, Dr. Just John.
Ooh.
Oh man, don't tell me that, man. You know how much I paid for this Invisalign? Dr. John. Sir, I mean, you got Dr. We got Ginger. Can we check his history there?
His credentials.
Is he legit or?
Yes, his name is Doctor. Approved.
I work with the dentist. LOL. Oh, now it's starting to. Well, all right. So hold on. We got to clarify this because. So an orthodontist, guys, I'm under the impression that if you get a Invisalign from an orthodontist, it's more like thought out and more strategic, right? If you go through the dentist is not always like, they're not expertise with Invisalign. So they kind of, if it's a complex case or whatever, they refer you to an orthodontist. So are you an orthodontist and you get referrals from a dentist, or are you an hygienist, sir? Like, we need to figure out, what's going on here, Dr. John? Because I spend a lot of money. Yeah, I already spent the money, and I'm very upset about it. I'm trying to think, can we can't get a refund, but we got to figure something out. Oh man. Well, hey, can we write off or something? Cost me $5,000. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, chat. It's expensive. All jokes aside, I think it'll be worth it though. So it is what it is. It'll be worth it, chat. He's not a real dentist. He stayed in the Holiday Inn last night. Definitely worth it. Yeah, it's a lot of work though, guys. A lot of discipline got to be put in, and you know, and all that. So we're gonna wrap up here. Give it a few minutes here, guys. About 5 minutes or so, we'll wrap this up. So any questions you guys got kind of going into lunchtime, drop them in the chat. We'll answer them real quick and then wrap this thing up for lunch. We'll be back today at 2 o'clock. Make no mistake about it. Try to see if we can get Javier back in the green. I lost eating. Yeah, there's a thing called there's actually a thing called the Invisalign diet, chat. Because it's like you're supposed to, right? Because you know you got to have good hygiene with these, or else you can get cavities and like all that stuff. So, and at the minimum, you got to drink water to kind of rinse your mouth out if you can't brush your teeth. But I think it's worth it, man. 50 pounds, wow, that's
impressive. Congrats.
Yeah, I can't afford to lose 50 pounds.
You'll
chat.
evaporate.
I think Ginger will call have the doctor in here because
you played any sports?
You call for that. Nothing money is made to be spent. Yeah, I agree. What was that?
You played any sports growing up?
Yeah, man. Where have you been, buddy? I played I was on the 8th string. I was on 3rd string basketball, man. My middle school team. Jersey still fits. Make no mistake about it. So
that's where you got the horse from.
So, hey, I mean, chat, the jersey still fits, so I'm not concerned. If anybody wants to challenge D-Bunny in basketball, if Javier wants it, he can get it as well.
Hey, I don't think you're ready for
already
that,
got
bro.
it, chat. If you guys noticed that PW doesn't say anything about basketball anymore, so
what happened to the video you dunking, bro?
Hey, that hasn't
I haven't
happened yet,
seen
man,
that.
but it's coming. It's coming, man. D, I played with the girls in basketball, hence the WNBA affection. Oh, I played with the girls? I did not, sir. I was 3rd string. I got put into a game one time, guys, and I hit a 3-point shot, and they took me out right away. So I'm not sure why. Maybe the coach was hating on D-Money's form on his jump shot, but I don't know. You know, I don't know what that was about. He and PW played a horse match on the stream a few weeks ago. Yeah, we did. PW got the beat down, Chad. I hate to say it. Actually, I don't hate to say it because if you guys know out there, guys, if PW beat me, I would never hear it. I would never hear the end of it. Right? Everything that he said would end in him beating me basically in horse. So, but it was tight. I think I only won by a letter or two. So
nice. I was just gonna ask what was the score.
So that's what it is. My wife is a dentist. Invisalign can be equally done by non-orthodontics. You can get scanned, and Invisalign has orthopedics that build your plan. Yeah, I'm already. I mean, obviously, I'm already on week 3, guys. I'm already in it now, chat. So
how long is it?
18 months, man. 18 months to 2 years, depending on yeah. So that's what it is. Are you guys going to participate in the Florida Python Challenge? No, I will not. Florida Python Challenge. No, but I mean, you're talking about every year in the Everglades when they go out and they kill pythons and they get paid for it. Yeah, D-Money will not be partaking in that. So. You still got to wear them at night? Yeah, you wear them all day, guys. You take it out for 2 hours. They want you to wear it 21. Invisalign website says 21 to 22 hours a day, right? So you got 2 hours to take them out. The orthodontist is going to tell you 22 hours a day. So you got 2 hours basically to take them out, guys. American Shades. I got my Python hanging out. Yeah, you're going to hang out in timeout because we did not need to know that, sir. You gone. I don't know what. Unreal chat. So he felt the need to tell us that his Python was hanging out. I don't know what he's kind of getting into here, but it's not that kind of show. Man. So
the time of the day.
He definitely got the 5-minute timeout. I mean, unreal, chat. All right, we're gonna get ready and call it here, guys. Do me a solid, hit the like button if you haven't already. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do, chat. we'll be back at 2 o'clock. We're going to try to push here to get Javier in the green in the afternoon. We'll see what we can do here. Maybe some 10-point scalps, etc., to get us back rolling. So don't be shy. Hit the like button if you're not subscribed. You know the vibes.
You know the vibes.
So we'll be back, guys. Until then, stay safe. Watch out for Big Brawly Man. We gone.
Peace, guys.